Hello, everybody. Welcome to Council of Creators episode, I think 34. I think it's the 34th episode. Chainsaw Reacts. David is back after being gone.
What's up, everyone? How y'all doing?
Hey, and Ryan here. Ryan Daly for the first time. Welcome, man.
Yes, good to be here. Good to be here. Hello.
Yeah, well, how's everybody's week? How's everybody's week so far? Good.
It has been very good. Thank you.
Good.
It's a week. It's another week.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. Yeah, I'm ready for Friday already. Yeah, you know, works. I'm still getting used to my new job and everything, but you know, it's unfortunate I don't have a lot of time to do my content like I want to. But you know, full-time job, got to buy a house. You know, be an adult.
Yeah, sucks, don't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, being an adult, man, it's just no fun. I want to be a kid again.
Yeah, I do miss it. Yeah.
How's the new job going?
Good. I'm getting used to it. It's a thing to where it's like, okay, I have to put on my like good face, like as I'm customer service, basically just dealing with people coming in. Like, so
okay.
Yeah, I had a guy call, and he's like, "Hey, I want to talk to so and so." Well, who's calling? So and so. Okay, may I ask what the call is regarding? I need to talk. No. I need to know what you're calling for. And I was getting so angry.
You hear that? Oh,
yeah, because he was like, because he just wanted me to transfer to this person. Like, I'm not gonna. Okay, the person's right next to me that you want to talk to. I'm not gonna just hand you over. No, you gotta let me know what you. Yeah. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Yeah. I gotta get used to it. It is.
Yeah.
I'm sure once you get into like the routine of it, you'll get used to it and everything.
Yeah, I am at this point, as I've been there for about a little over a month, but it's just like, you know, like this couple of people each week. It's like, just if you just answer my simple question, what's the call regarding? This will go way simpler, but you are making it more difficult. Because I'm not going to say, hey, so and so's on the phone. Why?
Yeah,
they won't tell me. You know?
Yeah. No, they won't. It's none of your business.
There's been people that just don't want to talk to me. Like, no, I want to talk to this person.
I don't need to talk to you. I need to talk to so-and-so. The thing is, with a job like that, you're prepared and you're trained for all the technical aspects. You know what buttons to push. You know what switches to flip. You know what to say to who regarding what. But here's the thing. It is always that human element. You know, that you just can't plan for it.
No.
You just cannot. So
you can't plan for how people are going to respond. Like, a guy came in as soon as we opened, and I told him, okay, this is what you owe. And he's like, why is it so high? And I'm like, okay, let me look. And then we realized, oh, there was a mistake made. Oh crap, we have to fix this now. And I felt bad because I'm used to people going, yep, that sounds good. And the guy's like, why is it? I'm like, oh crap, here we go. The first thing out the gate, I'm like, crap, okay. Yeah. It's okay. It's fine. Just gotta make it through today. Yeah, did you see this? There's a Expo 97 mansion replica Airbnb. Did you guys see this?
No.
Yeah. I
didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, it is cool. There's some really cool stuff. Let me actually find some images here.
It's like the Xavier School?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, let me share my screen here. Yeah. So that's like inside one of the rooms.
Oh my God, pull that up. No, the main house, the front. Yeah, pull that up. Oh my God, I love the Sentinel head. That's great.
There's also an up house too that's coming, apparently.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Good Lord. How much are they asking per night? Take all my money. I will buy your entire stock. Just take it all right now.
I'll be there. Yeah, there's another room.
It's
like, I guess Jubilee's room. Yeah.
That's Jubilee. Yeah, look at the yellow trench coat. That's Jubilee's room. Oh my God, that's fantastic. They got a locker room.
Yeah, there's a locker room full of their stuff.
Wolverine. I see Gambit. On the other picture, I see Cyclops. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
That is so. Yeah, I don't know.
Where is this place?
I don't know. Let me see if I can see. Okay, Nerdist wrote an article about it. Let me pull it up and see what it says. It's not saying exactly.
Westchester.
Oh, okay.
Figures.
Yeah. It's always so far away.
always look. I mean, that's where it is in reality, is Westchester, New York. So that makes sense.
You gotta imagine how much money that was to build that.
Oh God, millions to build, just to build millions. Construction, I'll probably. Let's see. Does it give specs?
It's probably massive.
It's New York to boot, so you know that's going to be even more expensive.
Oh, wait a minute. Hosted by Jubilee, the X Mansion has room for 8 guests and includes 4 bedrooms, 5 baths. It will cost $97 per guest.
That's it?
That's not that bad, you know.
For an Airbnb in New York, 97? That's it?
It's probably per day, but yeah.
Yeah, per day.
That's
per
crazy.
Person. That's nuts. I see Airbnbs out here in California going for per person 150 to 225 a night. 97. I get $97 a night. I get it. I tip the cap.
Yeah.
But 97 a night, that's cheap for any Airbnb. A themed Airbnb for 97 a night.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Grab it while you can. Grab it before they come to their senses.
Yeah, they're gonna raise that higher. What's up, Billy? What's up,
yes.
Billy, man?
It's gonna have to.
This is not the Krusty Krab. No.
Well, crabs.
Have you been watching X-Men 97, Ryan?
No, I have not. And the reason for that is because I have not seen the original show. And I always thought that you would need to see the original show before seeing the new show.
In a sense, yes. I mean,
it'll make more sense if you do.
Yeah, you could watch X-Men 97 without watching it, but there'll be a lot of stuff you're like, what? Like, there's a lot of references that'll go over your head. But I think they did a decent job to where if you've never seen it, you can still, it's the X-Men. There's a lot of stuff like, there's a lot of stuff you gotta remember from the previous.
Yeah, because it really comes across as a show like this is really like for like the fans of the original show. I feel like you would enjoy it more if you've seen the original show. So I just kind of felt like I would need to see it. So yeah.
Maybe you need to get on it. True. Get on it then. Maybe you need to get into it. Check it out.
It's all the original series is all available.
I do. I just have a lot on my I do have a lot on my plate right now. And the original X-Men show is long, isn't it?
Like 5 seasons.
How long it is?
5. I think 5. I think it's 6.
I will get to it. It is on my watch list. I will get to it eventually.
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
You could burn through a season a day. You'll be caught up in 5 days. The show's short.
Just spend all day watching the show. Yeah, go for it.
I might do that then.
What are you watching now then?
What I'm currently watching right now.
Yeah.
So, right now I'm currently watching Hunter x Hunter, which is an anime, and Snowfall. Those are the only 2 shows I'm watching right now. And I know My Hero Academia is coming back on soon, and Doctor Who is coming back on soon.
I've never seen Doctor Who. I always hear it's great. Okay,
so that was a show that I fully watched from the beginning. Not like old classic Doctor Who, but like from like, you know, when like the modern Doctor Who starts, like with the Tennant era. I started from then, and then I caught up.
It's a good show.
In time for the new season.
Yeah.
So you could say I'm like a Who-verse fan now. So I can do it.
Fans called Whovians or something?
I think so.
Yeah, Whovians.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I've done it before. I have watched an original show just so I can catch up. So if I can do it with Doctor Who, I can do it with X-Men.
It's worth it with X-Men. Each episode in this 97 has been bonkers. Like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of good things about it as well.
I've just never seen it. Maybe one day.
I've never seen Doctor Who. I mean, Doctor Who, I can understand if you have never seen Doctor Who. It is a long series.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, not even the originals that were like the new, or like when it were kind of revived and everything. Or like since 2005, I think, and there's like movies as well and specials. It's like, my God.
Yeah, honestly, it took about a year. It took about a year just for me to catch up, because I feel like I think I started. I started first watching it when, I think like a few months. When was it? Like, I think it was like 6 months after the last Jodie Whittaker special came out. which was the series before the new one coming out now.
And then there was like a limited stuff where David Tennant came back, right?
Yeah, that was limited, like a anniversary special type thing.
And then that brought in the new Doctor Who to kind of introduce that new Doctor Who, and now there's a new Doctor Who show, like a season or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, you basically got the gist of it already, but yeah.
Yeah, because like they transform into a new version, but for some reason it went back to an old version, but they're calling it a new I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like that, but don't worry. If you haven't seen the show, it's not that serious.
This is a fair point.
All you really need to know is that we got the new face now.
Yeah, new Doctor Who. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that cameo was insane. There's a couple of cameos, but there was one specifically like, insane. Which has me some hope.
Is this in the animated series?
Yeah, the 97 this morning. Yeah.
I haven't started watching. I want to wait until every episode gets released, and then I'm gonna just binge the entire thing.
There's a cameo that popped up, and
I've heard there's a ton of cameos.
Yeah, in this
I already know what it is.
Oh yeah, there's one specifically that is like, holy shit. So, hi Kyle from Twitter. No idea who Kyle Ben is. But yeah, back to Candace one. Like, this is a fair point. I've seen a lot of seasons of Arrowverse that makes sense, but that's over the course of years.
It was different shows.
Yeah,
you had Arrow, you had Flash, you had Supergirl, you had Legends, you had Black Lightning, you had all these different shows, all eventually, not at the beginning, but eventually all intertwining with each other. So it grew to be something bigger than it was really honestly ever planned to be. So
and I watched a lot of that
different
week to week when it aired versus like trying to get through a show that's have all these seasons just sitting. And I'm like, I have to do it like, like it's to me, I think it just take a long time.
I mean, if you took one episode a day, I think it'd be a lot. Don't try to catch up all 12, 15 seasons in, 2 weeks. That's going to be mind boggling. Good luck with that.
I'd be dead.
But if you just take an episode a night, I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, if I feel like if I tried to catch up, I was not gonna do it. I was like, there's no way.
Shophouse.
There's no way. I'll just wait.
Yeah,
I'll just wait and then watch at my own pace.
What's our theme up here? The Rock exposed. My adventures with Superman S2 and more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a big thing for The Rock that got exposed.
Oh, God, he was always being exposed. What do you do now?
Well, he got exposed for apparently causing films to run late. He wouldn't show up to set, or he'd be like 8 hours late to set. And
wow.
And the new movie called Red One with J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus and Chris Evans in the movie, apparently he ballooned that budget up $50 million more because he was not showing up to set.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
Why?
First of all, 8 hours after set, that is essentially the next day. How are you 8 hours late?
You got all these other actors that are in costume and makeup, ready to go, and we're waiting on this guy? Seriously?
Yeah.
Ryan's right. It's like a whole nother day at that point.
Especially, and for a film set, like, you know how much time is money, right? Running a film set is expensive.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a filmmaker myself, right? I kind of know this stuff. It costs basically around, let's say, roughly around $6 a second on a film set, right? And if you're,
I can imagine it being more.
If you're delaying by like 8 hours, then that's gonna cost like upwards of like that's gonna count up to so much money. And if you're not a big actor like The Rock already, if this was like just a regular like a camera person or literally anyone else on set, you're gone. If you're late, you're gone.
Yes.
Yeah, you're done. You're done for.
So
that's the truth.
Honestly, the fact that it's Dwayne, he can get away with it. But if it was literally anyone else, they'd be gone already.
Yeah, that was my thinking too. Like, I understand, like, he's the lead or kind of like the big star, but Chris Evans is a big star too, and J.K.
I was going to say, what about Chris Evans? I mean,
yeah, if Chris Evans pulled that crap, would he be allowed to do it? That's the question.
Probably.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It all comes down to what people are willing to accept. You know, they look at, it's like, okay, I'm going to use this example because I'm a musician. I'm going to use this example. Guns N' Roses back in the 90s, notorious for going on stage 3 hours late for absolutely no reason other than they're waiting for Axl's voice to warm up or whatever. As he's sitting there, you know, drinking champagne and smoking a cigarette. That's never going to warm up your voice, man. I hate to tell you. But, I mean, they were notorious for having start times of, like, when they were touring with Metallica, for example, Metallica would go on at 8 o'clock and play till, 11 or play until, 10 o'clock. There's supposed to be a hour-long intermission, and then Guns N' Roses supposed to come out at 11. They wouldn't go on until 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And it's like, but people would still accept it. Why? Because it's Guns N' Roses. We want to see Guns N' Roses. So we're willing to not complain about it. We're willing to accept it, and not just accept it, but continue to pay those outrageous ticket prices to see them, knowing that there's a very good chance they're going to be late. It's the same thing here. He's Rock the Dwayne Johnson. I didn't stutter. I meant to say that. He's Rock the Dwayne Johnson, and he could do no wrong. He could do whatever he wants because people are okay with it and people allow it. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
And I think now what they've kind of
think about this. 20 years ago, when he came onto his very first movie for The Mummy Returns, he made his very first movie role. If he had done that and acted like that on that set, he would never do another movie ever again.
He'd been wrestling the whole entire time. He would never have left.
Yeah. Which honestly, I think is where he belongs. But
with the concert angles, I mean, they've mitigated that with curfews and stuff. Like you have to pay an extraordinary amount of money for a lot of these places now. That if you go over, you're screwed. Like Metallica cut one song from my set because they would have went over curfew, and they cut the song instead of going over.
Right.
So. Yeah, like that Guns N' Roses shenanigans would not fly today.
Not today, no. But I'm using that as an example.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like
fine with, and people are
but back
still
then
fine
they
with
were,
to this day.
and now they're not. So I feel like that's a good change that they've done that to where you're not going to just because also people nowadays have shorter attention spans. They're not going to wait around till 1 a.m. for a band to finally come out and play when they're supposed to come out at 9.
Not when people work on weekends. No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, John. Yep.
Holy, hey, John.
Yep.
Whoa,
John nailed it right on the head.
Holy crap! I did not expect you to show up, John. Thanks you so much for the super chat and being here, man.
But John hit it on the head. As long as movie studios and producers are willing to keep shelling out the money, because it is Rock the Dwayne Johnson, they're going to continue to shell out the money, and he's going to continue to act that way. What's going to have to happen is one of these studios is finally going to say, you know what? Sorry, Dwayne, but your chest's not worth it. We know your box office. Yeah. We know you're a draw. We know that we could guarantee a $25 to $30 million weekend if you're in the movie. We know that, but you know what? You've cost us over $60 million in delays. Here's your walking papers. Have a nice day. We're going to call someone else. I don't even know who off the top of my head. We're going to call Michael J. White, and we're going to give him the role.
They should. That's why I'm thinking with this coming out, if this is legit, all this information coming out, is this going to be a turning point for him to do less projects because he can't keep doing this? Because that is ridiculous. $50 million for a budget. Like that's ridiculous.
That's a $50 million increase. That's an inflation.
That $50 million could have potentially have paid for several smaller film budgets alone.
Special effects. Man.
Yeah.
Special effects. It's advertising.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. But John, thank you so much for hanging out, man. And John, I don't know, but if you're still here, Council of Creators, we're all looking for a new guest to come on. So if you ever wanted to come hang out, John, definitely would like to have you on, man, to be on the show. If you want.
John hit it on the head, though.
Yeah, I mean, look,
absolutely hit on.
They're allowing it because he is Dwayne. That's why they're allowing it.
The Dwayne Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it. If it was like, say, somebody who was like 10 years into their career and haven't really led a lot of films, wouldn't allow it. No.
Yeah, they wouldn't allow Matthias Hughes to do that.
Yeah. Throw John Cameron willing to click his profile. Oh. I don't know. Let me see. Let me verify. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping if this is legit, that The Rock will like learn. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do this.
He's not gonna learn
anymore.
I do think the whole water bottle thing is funny though.
Well, yeah, the water bottle thing is funny. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Go to channel.
Greg Valentine, how dare you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is John Campea. The story is now getting out there, kind of proves the studio have had enough. Yeah, fair point as well, John. Yeah, and it is getting out there. I mean, the thing is, if they were fine with it or whatever, then they would never come out. But yeah, now we're here, you know. But like, I think at one point, people have been saying for years, and I think John, you've been saying this too. He does way too much stuff. I think that's the problem. That's why he's been late to sets and stuff and causing these, because he does way too much. Because while he was doing all these other projects, he's in WWE for a stint a little bit ago. So
yeah.
how
That's
do
the
you
time for WrestleMania?
How do you manage all that? Like I think this is proving he didn't really have a good manage on it. He was just saying yes to everything and then causing problems on sets, unfortunately. I don't know. But once again, thank you, John. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. And once again, we'd love to have you on the show if you want to come hang out, man. We'd love to hang out. Yes, it is the John. Apparently, it is the John Campea.
I know.
Yeah. So there's a new Batman Arkham VR trailer, like a new game coming out.
I
did see that. Yeah,
I didn't see it. I thought that was fake.
No, it's real. It's a new VR
really?
Batman. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I watched the trailer and it looks like it's just like a teaser. Like you really don't see too much, but Gotham looks really good. So maybe they did a VR game before though, so I don't know what is going to be. I'm guessing they're going to improve on some things. I don't know, but yeah, it looks pretty good. The thing is though, it's not Kevin Conroy, so it's kind of, you know.
I know might not be the same, but
yeah.
Hopefully they can get an actor that sounds like Kevin. At least,
well, I mean, Roger Craig Smith, who did the voice in Arkham Origins, like responded to the trailer, so they're implying he's the voice in this new VR game.
Okay,
because he's already voiced it before. So, but you know, but apparently Kevin Conroy's in that final Tomorrowverse Crisis movie that's coming out, Part 3, again.
Oh God,
my
wait for that to be released already. Hurry up.
I saw Part 2 the other day. I didn't
not
like
great.
It.
Not great.
I did not like it.
Not great.
Again, that's another thing. I'm gonna wait till all 3 are released. I'm just gonna one day 1, 2, 3, just watch them all. But I'm waiting.
I can't speak for everybody else. Part 1 Crisis, pretty solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Part 2,
that was kind of to be expected though.
Not horrible. Well, no, because my hope is that okay, we're going to keep the momentum at least the same kind of level of quality, and it unfortunately isn't. It's not terrible, but there's some problems.
It lost me, honestly. It really did lose me, because I feel like the first one had like it. When the first part ended, it was like, okay, I'm looking forward to the next episode. Mm-hmm. When I watched Part 2, I'm just like, I don't know, I don't even know if I care anymore. You know, like just based on the first 2 episodes so far, I feel like I enjoyed the Arrowverse voice version a little more.
Yeah, I think that's been better.
But yeah, maybe Part 3 is like the best episode ever, and it will change my entire thoughts on everything. But
before the Crisis films, we had Justice Warworld. Did you see that one before Warworld, or no?
No, in fact, I have not seen any of the other animated DC stuff before.
The film before Crisis Part 1 and this 3-part thing, Justice Warworld was horrible. It's terrible, and I'm like,
it was bad.
Yeah, and I went into Part 1 of Crisis thinking I really don't have a lot of faith because last film before this was fucking terrible, and then we go into this, I'm like, oh, okay, it's actually pretty solid, and I think the fact that it was not horrible actually made it better. But I still think it's a good setup. It's just Part 2. I'm like, Part 3 has to pay off, or at least stick a landing.
Yeah.
Of something. I don't know. Yeah,
I saw an announcement on YouTube for another trailer that I'm almost positive this has got to be fake.
What?
The Dark Knight Returns. Christian Bale's coming back.
No.
I didn't think so. I thought that was. I had a feeling that was some fan-made BS. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
There are so many fan-made trailers still made today. Like there are so many Iron Man 4 fake trailers that are still being made.
Yep.
And it is so bad. Like the thumbnails are so bad. Like it's like he's like back in a hologram. It's just like God,
hologram Iron Man. Yeah. You're digging deep for that one. You're really
also DC animated shows that were good too.
League. Batman.
Oh yeah, Unlimited, Superman. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that is on my watch list. I will eventually, because I have not seen the original animated series.
Oh, you got it. The Batman series was so good.
Like any of them, really.
Wow.
From animated series to I know like the whole animated series has like their own universe type thing. I don't know.
Yes.
Don't people call it like the animated DC universe?
It's the DC animated universe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have yet to actually dip my toe into that. So I have the first Batman animated series on my watch list, and I'll get to it eventually, and I'll start that journey.
You start there first, and then you go to Superman, and then from there you go to Justice League.
Yep,
I think.
Okay. And then Justice League Unlimited. Yeah.
Yep. And there is something that ties into Batman Beyond, so you might want to do that somewhere before you get to Unlimited, because there's something in Unlimited that's very specific to Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, and that's like a very like insane episode. They like, oh my god, they actually did this.
Yeah,
so, just do Batman the Animated Series first. Just start there. Just don't think too far ahead. Just do Batman first.
Yeah,
and then and the thing is, you're probably gonna be blown away by the visuals, and you're gonna go because you've heard Kevin Conroy's Batman.
Oh yeah, before. I have seen the Mask of the Phantasm movie before already.
Okay,
so you know the voice.
Okay, so his voice at the start of the show isn't there exactly because he's just now starting out. It's his first time doing the voice, but over time it really gets better. But still, it's great. It's still a great show in terms of story and everything. It's just the voice isn't there yet because he's literally starting.
About 2/3 of the way through the first season, it starts to come together.
Yeah, and then by the time we get to Justice League, it's perfection.
Oh god,
it's so good. Like every line is just gold. God,
I do have a question.
The Batman Superman crossover they did when they had Superman dress up as Batman, and Batman dressed up as Superman. That was great.
Yeah, I do have a question though. Are the Arkham games like somewhat connected to it? Yes or no? Because I know like some people are saying like, oh, like the Arkham games are like kind of like a spiritual successor. But
it's a spiritual successor in a sense. It's spiritual successor. It's not tied in, but they have Mark Hamill as the Joker from the show, and a lot of the character designs and voices are not the same. Some are, but the other voices they bring in are pretty much similar to what they did in the show. Okay. So it's in a sense, yes.
Yeah. Because I have played the original Arkham games. I was just wondering if there was like any connection with them at all.
Essentially, no, but like you can tell that Rocksteady wanted to pay homage and bring those voice actors, or at least interpreters that pretty much sound like those voices. Because Mr. Freeze sounds exactly like Mr. Freeze from the show. Like it's a different voice actor, I think, but maybe it could be the same, but it sounds really similar. So you can tell, but there are some differences to where they're making it their own, but they're paying homage and really going that way. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Cool. Static Shock as well. Yeah, Static Shock also has a show.
Yeah.
There's a lot, Do you think Black Deadshot's confusing? Oh yeah, that is a thing because we had 2 different Deadshots in the Arkham because the Suicide Squad has another Deadshot.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, it's a different Deadshot. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. Oh, Teen Titans, but it's not connected though. But Teen Titans.
It's a good show. It's a cute show. I'll give it that.
Have you seen Teen Titans or no?
I watched some of it when I was a kid. Not like every single episode. I saw, like when it's like on TV, I would just like watch maybe a few episodes. So I have seen a bit of it, but not like the whole thing.
Yeah, that is definitely a great show. Also, I know people like rag on it because of season 4, but Young Justice, that show was so ahead of its time when it first aired its first 2 seasons because they were doing so much and then they got canceled. It's like
no, there's a 3rd season.
Well, yeah, there's 4 seasons now, but when it got canceled after season 2 back in 2011 or whatever, like, and that final shot in season 2, it's like, oh shit, and then they got canceled. I'm like, damn it, and then they brought it back, and then they got canceled after a big reveal at the end of season 4. We're like, and it's probably never going to come back.
Probably not.
God,
I kind of feel like season 3 kind of jumped the shark anyway. Honestly, it started getting weird. You know, let's go to Mars.
Season 4 did the same thing.
That was season 4, actually. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, both seasons were doing things because I guess they had a lot of time to kind of let's try to do something different. And they always try to do something different each season. So I get the point of like it feels different because they were trying to always make it feel like it's not going to be the same show you're watching each season. Like it's always going to be something different and new characters and new stuff. So I get it, but also the animation changed too because they're not.
Yeah.
There's a different animation studio that did. I think they got a better animation studio for season 4, but it still wasn't season 1 and 2 in terms of what they were doing there. But yeah, I miss that show. That show was fun.
The first 2 seasons I loved. I love the first 2 seasons.
I gotta say, I prefer City. I mean, I love Night, but I think
I like Night better.
I would say that, but I think the Batmobile, it's the most beautiful Batman game ever, and I don't think it'll ever be topped. But I think it's too much Batmobile.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got that, and I also think the control layout and the controls were better for City as well. But like you said, the graphics in Night were just fantastic.
Yeah, like you could still look at the opening of that game alone when you first like.
Oh yes.
When the cityscape and then you see Batman and then you start playing, it's like this came out in 2015.
Yeah, it stands up to anything that's being released today.
Yeah, it still looks better than the new Suicide Squad game.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, I've seen those like comparison videos. It's like that 2015 game looks better than the.
I refuse to buy that game because I guarantee you in the next 6 months it's going to be available for free on PlayStation Plus. It's going to be exactly like Gotham Knights all over again.
6 months.
I guarantee you in 6 months it's going to be for free. Promise you.
Billy's going Arkham Asylum. Okay. I mean,
yeah, I see.
It's hard to say. Too. I think they all have good qualities that make them stand out.
They're all good games. There was not a bad game amongst them. So.
If City had the graphics like Night, I think it's obvious that it would be the slam dunk better game.
It'd be a slam dunk.
Yeah. I don't know. And I hope that Rocksteady's listening and going, okay, maybe this live service that took 9 years to make is probably not the good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Grant returned as Flash, and I mean, I don't think James Gunn's going to do it, and I don't think Grant wants to come back. Honestly, he's done.
No, I don't think they should do that. He said he would do it if the money was right. He said he would do it, and he has to be surrounded by the right people and around the right people.
But I think at this point, I think James is not going to touch Flash for a while, like Barry Allen.
No,
I think Grant Gustin had his run as well. I feel like he had a good run. I don't think he needs to come back. I
mean, and if he was down the road, but not as our main Barry Allen, have it be a multiversal thing.
Yeah,
but he doesn't need to play Barry Allen in the DCU. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to play the Arrowverse Barry Allen. If they're going to do it, like if they do like a Flash movie and they do a Flash 2, maybe you introduce other Flashes, and then that's where Grant comes in later on, like not like in the next 2 to 3 years or 4. Like do what they did, like how they brought Toby and Andrew in for Spider-Man 3, kind of like that. You don't like rush to get them in the first movie when you got a new Spider-Man or a new Flash. Give it some time.
Yeah, Ezra Miller just.
Origins.
Billy, I can't say because I haven't played Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League yet. I'm waiting for it to become available for free on PlayStation Plus. But I promise you, well, I mean, you're paying a monthly fee anyway for it to be able to play online games, which I love Final Fantasy 14, so I gotta have that. But no, I haven't played the game yet. I will when it becomes available for free in the next 6 months, and I'll let you know.
I agree. Origins had the best Deathstroke fight. Yeah. I missed that.
I remember when I first played that, I was stuck on that fight for the longest time.
It is difficult as hell. Like, it gets so frustrating. You're like,
Deathstroke's a beast, man. Every game he's in, even like DC Universe Online, when you're fighting through the Hive base and you have to have that fight with Deathstroke, Jesus, I can't tell you how many times I've been in raid groups and we just get wiped, absolutely just practically one-shotted. And we're all sitting there going, okay, who didn't hit their mark? And it's because it's, man, the guy is just a pain in the butt. It doesn't matter what game he's in. He's going to be beast.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, like, I don't know. I felt like the boss fights in Arkham Knight were not great. Like, I don't know what they were doing.
They were okay. They weren't as engaging as like the Arkham Asylum fights. There was a lot of thought that went into those fights. Like when you're fighting Killer Croc, you're constantly just dodging his attack while he's under the water. You know, it makes sense. You know, you're on this raft, jumping from spot to spot, so you don't get, annihilated. But like you said though, like in Arkham City, not so much, but in Arkham Knight, some of the boss fights, it was just like, okay, here's the boss, here's you, go, bing bop boop and beat him up. It's Double Dragon. It's just like,
or that one tank fight or something with that, like, whatever that, I forget what that tank fight was. It's like a tank that you had to like get behind it and keep shooting.
Oh yeah. Shoot, I don't remember what that was in.
Cloudburst. The Cloudburst or whatever.
Cloudburst.
Yeah, the Star Wars Bad Batch show ended too. Yeah.
We got a third season at least.
Yeah, I haven't even seen one episode. Not even one.
Yeah.
I got to season 2 and I kind of quit. I'm sorry.
I like it. My wife likes it. Which is because she's not even the biggest Star Wars fan, and she would be like, "Let's watch Bad Batch," and I'm looking at her going, "Who are you?
Like, why?
You want to watch Star Wars? I'm fine with it. Don't get me wrong. I got no problem watching it, but you want to watch a Star Wars thing? It's campy. It definitely has a lot of campiness to it, a lot of feel good, family oriented moments to it. It's great to watch with family. But if you're like a diehard Star Wars fan, I don't know if you're really going to be into it, honestly. I enjoyed it, but like, okay, season 3 is coming up. Am I going to watch it? Yes. And when it ends and it's gone forever, am I going to be depressed? No. No, because I got Acolyte to look forward to. So
yeah, Acolyte, exactly.
I hope that's good, seriously.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It does look good.
Because Star Wars shows have been disappointing me recently. Like, I didn't think Ahsoka was that great. The last season of Mandalorian was not that great.
No, it wasn't. No.
What was the series? Andor. Oh, the last 2 episodes were fine. I liked the first 2 episodes of Andor, but everything leading up to it, it was just, I understand they need to build up. They need to explain everything. My problem with Star Wars movie or Star Wars product ever since Disney took over is there's a lot of over explanation. It's like everything needs justification. Where if you look at episode 4, when it came out, the planet of Alderaan, okay, we're just going to accept that it exists. Now, if they were to make episode 4 now under Disney, well, the planet's called Alderaan, and it was civilized and blah, 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 and it has a population of blah, 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 and its atmospheric pressure is blah, blah, blah. Its weather patterns are blah, 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 and we're just like, we don't care. Most Star Wars fans, we don't care about that stuff. We don't need things to be over-explained. We are perfectly capable of accepting things at face value. Oh, there's a giant, floating space station that can blow up planets. We all accepted that. We didn't have to sit there with a scientific calculator and go, how much energy is that thing going to have to produce to be able to output that kind of energy to, cause planetary instability to the point where it implodes? We didn't need all that garbage. We just saw a giant floating space station. It blew up a planet. That was cool. And that was all it was. Yeah. Stupid fun. But ever since Disney took over, man, it's just everything. Backstory. Over explanation. God.
It's a fair point, because we don't need all the explanation for it. Plus, it's like, I think the Disney shows have been a mixed bag. Because when they announced the Bad Batch show, I'm like, okay, they were fine in the last season of Clone Wars, but do we need a show? The answer is no. We don't need a show with the Bad Batch. I'm sorry, we just didn't need it. And people have seen the show. That's why, because people like love the show to death. That's fine. For me, I didn't see a reason, and I don't care that they have a show. Like, cool, that's great. You enjoy your show. I hear they have some big moments and characters returning. Cool, but why do I care about the Bad Batch? Why? They were introduced in the final season. That's all I needed. I didn't need to see a ton. I didn't need to see 3 seasons of a show. I'm sorry. I'm okay. But watch me start watching it and go, wait a minute, guys, this show's amazing. But I doubt.
No, you won't. I guarantee you won't. You'll see the same thing every one of us sees. It's campy. It's fun. It's good. It's good family fun. You know, kids can watch it without any repercussions of nightmares or anything like that. But at the same time,
they need to have nightmares.
I agree. I think kids need to be desensitized. My mother did one of the greatest things for me ever when I was in 6th grade. I was in 6th grade. We had a summer back when there was I don't know if you guys remember Warehouse or Blockbuster, but we had these things called VHS tapes. I feel like an old man. Back in my day, we had things called VHS tapes, and you could go to the store and you could rent them, and then you bring them home and watch them, and then you take them back when you're done. For an entire summer, my mother and my brother and I, we would go to Warehouse Music, and every night we got a different horror movie. We went through every single Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Hellraiser, and a whole bunch of other movies that you guys have never probably even heard of. They were just absolutely god-awful. Every horror movie we could grab our hands on. We spent an entire summer. By the time we were done, Nightmares, thing of the past. Absolute thing of the past. And it got to the point where the movies became laughable. Okay, he's going to die. He's going to die. He is going to die first. She's not going to die till the very end, but she is going to get it. And it became absolutely like you could figure out the movie before we got 10 minutes in. So, but it was good for us because it did desensitize us. So we had, more of an ability to handle other things that would come along later, not just in movies and television, but even in real life. Now you see, someone get dismembered in a car accident. You're like, oh, look at that. Hold on. I need to get that. You need to put that up on Facebook,
Facebook.
But that's what we've become though as a society. But I mean, is it a bad thing? Sort of, but not necessarily, because it's like I said, no more nightmares. We're not shocked by anything anymore. So
yeah, I felt like that happened to me at some points too. I was watching movies I shouldn't know when I was younger, but
it's the best.
I think early on in life though, like when I was watching movies that I shouldn't have, I already kind of knew, oh, this is not real. This is fake.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I guess it just hit me like that. So like, oh, okay. Ooh, there's a murderer. This isn't real. Like I know there's there's real people out there who are killed, but this is a movie. Like there's nobody out there like Michael Myers who can never die. It's not real. Okay.
Yeah.
Still, that first movie is still fantastic though. As classic horror. But yeah, same thing with Jason Voorhees. Same thing. Not real. Can't believe it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based off a real person, but they completely just added a bunch of shit that ain't real.
Yeah.
Once again, if there was someone out in the middle of Texas murdering people with chainsaws, they would catch them. Like they wouldn't be on a killing spree for decades, and it would be fucking.
Especially that family. Good God, what a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, like it just it breaks the whole like thing of they're out in the middle of nowhere. Nah, they would still be found out eventually. The FBI would be involved at some point and stop them. It wouldn't be just like, the last girl can save the day. No, the FBI would shoot the fuck out of the guy. It's over.
Yeah. I love those old horror movies, though. They're predictable. Yes. They're silly. Yes. Yeah. I mean, God, there was that one movie. What was it? Sorority Sleepover Massacre or something like that. The killer is running around.
Sorority Sleepover Massacre.
Yeah. The killer is really running around with this gigantic, oversized power drill, right? And he's sitting there, laughing as he's doing it. And you can literally see the hands holding the cups, throwing the blood up in the air as it's. I mean, the kid, you constantly see the hands coming into frame, and it's like, this is so bad, but it's so bad, it's good. I love it. So ridiculous and over the top.
I mean, I think that was kind of the shtick back then.
Yeah.
To make it so over the top and ridiculous. Now it's like they're doing that again with like Terrifier movies now and just stuff like so over the top. I don't know.
I want to see the Terrifier movies. I haven't seen a single one. Shame on me. I keep seeing it pop up in my feed and I keep putting it off. I want to though. I've heard they're actually like legit scary. So I kind of want to watch those. You know what I just watched the other night? I watched the Hellraiser reboot.
Oh, the Hulu on Hulu?
On Hulu, yeah. It's okay. I'll say this. No spoilers. It is definitely a reimagining. It absolutely takes Hellraiser in a whole new direction. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I'm just kind of more than anything. I'm just kind of confused. But it was all right.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. It's more shock gore than
more shock gore. I've heard that as well from other people. It's like kind of 50-50 as far as things I've heard about it.
He's got takes, but they are hot takes. Phil's here.
Hey, there he is.
Shots fired! Shots fired! I like the new Hellraiser. I didn't think it was too bad.
It wasn't bad. I don't like you watch the original. It's like, why would you want to reimagine that?
Why not?
Try something different.
All right, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go.
Okay, Ryan.
Because I showed up. It's because it's
he's like, I gotta get out of here. This dude's here.
This
thanks for being here,
here.
Ryan. Yeah,
take care, man.
Thanks for being here, Ryan. Appreciate it. Definitely want you back on, man. Whenever you can, let me know. Oh,
what the fuck was that?
Oh my God, that was freaking. That was just.
Who the fuck was that guy? There you go. Oh wow, that's a little too real.
He's not even here.
I told you I was gonna do it. I don't know why you guys don't believe me.
Dude, that is amazing. I love that. I really thought.
It's just for Phil, because he specifically asked for this.
Why did you have to bring up Invincible?
I'm just saying. You asked me to put that in.
I knew you were gonna go to Invincible.
Why the fuck did you have to bring up Invincible like that? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, Johnny has to hear his own fucking. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
I really thought for a second he was in here. I'm like, how? Because I haven't seen him a link. I'm like, how the fuck is he in here?
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
I really thought he was in here.
I got a great his takes when I got the takes from him that I needed to get. It was super clean. And I just downloaded exactly as it was in the bitrate, which I think was at 600. And I had to boil it down to 320, but man, it turned out super clean. Sounded so good.
I believe it.
There you go.
I believe it. Okay.
How was your show, Phil?
We talked about The Rock. We talked about Bad Batch. We talked about why Chancellor hasn't watched Doctor Who yet.
Good on you. Don't waste your time. I'm kidding. It's
God. What else did we talk about? Bad horror movies from the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Desensitizing kids. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, our show went on a lot longer than I thought it was because Dawson said we were wrapping up, and then we ended up talking 20 more minutes about a bunch of bullshit. So that's why
I was wondering. I'm like, I think he's just avoiding. Is it you don't be here? Like, now I won't be here.
No, I totally don't want to be here. That's why I totally clicked on the fucking link accidentally. I was like, oh shit, damn it! Now I'm committed. Oh
fuck.
Now. Oh man,
that's what happens.
That's what happens.
Yeah, you missed it, man. John Campy was here.
I saw that. I scrolled up and saw his super chats. He tends to do that from time to time.
Yeah. What's up, Ronin? What's up, man?
Where the fuck's that bastard at?
Well, I got other people that say they're coming in around 10 in about 10 minutes, so we'll see if that actually happens. We'll see.
I hope.
About the time I'm leaving, figures.
Yeah.
I hope Ronan knows I don't actually think he's a bastard. Just clarifying.
No, never. Well, it's like it was 8:57, and I'm like, and I put in the Discord, I'm like, there's no one here. I'm trying to get worried and go shit. And thankfully David and Ryan showed up. I'm like, okay, we're good. Because I was like, am I gonna start the show by myself for the very first time?
You might have to.
Oh boy.
Have you ever done that?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It probably will happen one day. I'm like, oh shit, there's no one here. All right, well, we gotta go.
Yeah.
He's here. I thought he was gonna show up earlier, but it's all good. Shaun, welcome, man.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I'm late. I thought it was 9 o'clock Central Time. My bad.
Oh, no, it's okay, man. What's up?
You're fine.
Yeah,
you haven't missed a whole lot.
Yeah, they just been a bunch of nonsense.
I hear you.
Nothing short of nonsense, right?
So what's consensus on Superman and Lois? Not super. What is that?
Superman.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah,
I like the trailer. I like it.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't seen the
they
trailer.
did show that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to have the one hot take on it. Where I don't feel it.
You don't feel the trailer. Or you don't like the show.
I just don't feel the show.
Gotcha.
Okay.
This is the show that's on Adult Swim.
Yes.
Or Cartoon Network.
Yes.
I haven't seen any of it, so I keep missing it.
It's well done. Yeah. It's well done.
I've heard the animation style is decent.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is coming from a guy who does not like Invincible. Come on now.
But that's part of what pulls me out. It's the animation. It's more anime.
Yeah.
Than like what we're used to, and I don't know. I guess it's cool.
I like the fact that at least they're trying something different, because we've already seen a number of Superman animated stuff that's kind of similar to what they've already done.
Yeah.
So at least they're trying something different. I get your point. Also, too, I'm surprised with the amount of stuff they revealed in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, they're like, even when you watch it once, you're like, oh, this go, and then you actually look at more, like, there's that. Like, what? I don't know. Maybe they're like, this is not actually big reveals. Like you think it is, but it is. It actually isn't.
It's pretty evident that, like, they're very much going whole hog on certain Superman villains. Like, obviously, Brainiac's going to play a part in season 2. Supergirl's going to have a part, and fucking Lex Luthor, who definitely gives me like Jesse Eisenberg vibes. I'm like, yep, that's my Lex. That's my Lex. I'm here for it.
He introduced himself as Alex in season 1, and they're like, Lex Luthor. I'm like, guys, that's so like obvious. Like, come on, you could just be like, name's Lex, and then that's all you have to say. We know he's Lex Luthor, but just like Lex.
How many Lexes are there?
And then wink to the camera, roll credits. It's like, guys.
Now it becomes Warner Brothers. You winks to the camera, and you might as well. You might as well put that in.
That would have been the best trailer if they would have done that.
They should have put that in at the end of The Flash, because that's basically how that fucking movie ended.
Agreed.
Come on.
I hated that movie. I'm with you, Phil. That movie. Oh, look, God.
I don't hate the movie. Okay, I think it's a mixed bag of a movie, but that ending scene with George Clooney derails.
Oh, that was just ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
And that's a James Gunn note, and I'm like, fuck no thanks. I'm good.
And that's
was it a James Gunn note?
Yeah, that's him. That's all.
That's
him.
my only shocked. And that's the only scene that my audience responded audibly was to George Clooney's first appearing on screen.
Did they laugh?
No, they were like, huh? Like,
wait, he was Batman?
you can. There's like two guys in front of me when that happened. They went like, what? like what is he doing here?
I threw my hands into my face, and I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
It could have been worse. They tried put Val in there.
They tried Christian Bale, but he didn't want to do it.
No, I don't think they did. I think
they've tried to go back to him a number of times over the years, and he's just been like, nope, not doing it again.
He's been asked.
Then they've asked Christopher Nolan's brother to see if he would ever go back.
He would.
Or something.
I just saw recently. He would. Yeah. He'd go back into that world.
But
you kind of need one other component of that.
You kind of need the other guy who's like, I'm done. Because he's done.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And he should be.
He should be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because the way you end it, I don't know how you continue unless you literally just don't have Christian Bale at all and do Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a new version of Batman.
Or you go the unconventional route and do the Dark Knight Returns.
Well, didn't we kind of get that already?
Or an even more unconventional route, which I doubt Nolan would ever do, would be like a version of Batman Beyond.
Oh, I'd love that.
And just
live action Batman Beyond.
I wouldn't even do Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I would have him like be dead and Bruce come back to like Wayne Manor as old man Bruce Wayne.
This would have been the perfect vehicle for Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna shut up.
Dude, he's at the right age, you know, and he's one of the top well-respected Batman actors.
He's not bitter enough to be old man Bruce.
Yeah. No, he's definitely not.
No, he's not. He's too quirky.
He's too quirky, too happy, too smiley. You need, like, now, if they were to say, maybe, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe wait another 10 years and bring Ben Affleck in, maybe, possibly, because he might be bitter after being put on the shelf so many times.
If I were in that director's chair, I wouldn't even bother getting Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck. I would cast somebody else as Old Man Bruce Wayne. I would get I'd maybe try a legacy casting.
Ron Perlman.
No. I would try maybe like a Peter Weller or a Bruce Greenwood.
Bruce Greenwood, yes.
Yeah, Bruce Greenwood I think would be a really great.
See Bruce. I could actually see Peter Weller.
I could see both of them, honestly.
I'm only going to throw this out there. He's not played Batman before. No, he's voiced the character. Anson Mount.
Yes, him too. 100%, yeah. You could see him doing the whole intro bit from Rebirth where he pulls the gun on the guy.
Yeah.
You could see that happening with him, right?
I mean, if you watch him in Strange New World, Star Trek, I'm like, this guy, I could see it.
Okay.
Yeah, and he voiced Batman in like one of the most critically panned
Injustice
DC movies.
Yeah. Injustice, right? Like, I like. Oh yeah, he did voice him. Yeah.
I liked it. It wasn't a great
I liked
movie.
Injustice. I thought it was a fun movie.
I loved Injustice.
Kevin Pollak as the Joker. That was pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah. He sold that death so well too, as the Joker would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That's what happens when you mess with Superman's head and his lady.
Yeah, boy. You get a fist right through the stomach.
As a woman, yeah.
But he's sold, but the voice was so good.
I think it would have worked better as a series, but
I do. I think that would have been.
I think they could have done more. I think they could have gotten more of the actual storyline into it.
If they would have done even a limited series of 6-8 episodes.
I think killing the Flash was one of the biggest mistakes they could have made, though.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
The Flash needed to be made, but it didn't need to be made in the DC EU with Ezra Miller.
No. I mean, the Flash dying in Injustice was a mistake.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going back to the Flash.
No. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think killing the Flash.
I wonder if they did that because if he was around in this version, he could have stopped a lot of the shit that happened.
He could go back and reset things. So
yeah, right. I didn't think about that. I was thinking just how fast he is. He could just stop a lot of shit. But yeah. He could just. I'm going to go back and prevent that from
Justice
happening.
League Dark movie, yeah.
The Flashpoint paradox. Oh my god.
That one and the other one. The
no. I don't mean the movie. I just mean the concept. I fucking hate that the Flashpoint is a thing now. Oh, this didn't work. Let's just Flashpoint it. Thanks, Jeff Johns. Fucking clown.
But DC's always been resetting. Yeah.
Sure.
They run out of things to do, so let's reset. And let's try a whole new thing.
Well, also, you kind of have to update things and reflect with the times, which is totally fine and dandy. It's just how you go about updating and.
But we were just talking about this same issue with Disney when they took over Star Wars. We don't need things to be explained to us. Just do it. We will accept it. I promise you. It's like when they. You weren't here, Phil, but we were using the Death Star. There's a gigantic moon-sized space station that can blow up a planet. In 1977, people just accepted that. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But nowadays with Disney, they over-explain everything. Well, it's this size, it has this diameter, it holds this many people, it weighs this much, it generates this much power, which can be recycled and put through these focusing lenses that will amplify it by an amplitude of this, so it'll hit the planet's core, implode it, and it just doesn't need to be done. We're here to be entertained, not to be educated. It's fine. Just do it. I'm going to
push back on that because I don't think it was over-explained at all. They just said it was a bigger Death Star, and that's all they needed to say.
But in the 70s, they didn't know anything else.
I'm talking about the existence of a Death Star in general.
Right.
It doesn't matter which one it was. We just accepted the fact that it existed. Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, because back then we had nothing else.
It's a movie.
Yeah, we had nothing else to go off of. It was like, oh, this is a thing. Okay, go. It's like
right.
I mean, what we were given is like, this is going to be set in a galaxy far, far away with these fantastical creatures, and they have lightsabers and, aliens. So, yeah, of course, they say there's a Death Star, and you're like, all right, cool.
And we had fun with it, and we accepted it for what it was. But now Disney just feels compelled to I used Andor as an example. Everything had to be explained. Everything was required to have backstory. They couldn't just give us something at face value and say, here it is.
Because that's because Disney doesn't understand the source material, so they're basically explaining it to themselves as they're filming.
Well, what exactly is the source material?
That's the sad thing.
There is no.
Hit it, Shaun. You hit it on the head.
I don't really understand the argument though, because there's no real legitimate source material outside of the 3 movies. So
the thing is they're cherry picking from the EU like George Lucas did, even though the EU is not supposed to be canonized now.
It's not, yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah, but that's the source of their source material. Lucasfilm 2.0 doesn't have the light bulb strength between all of them that work there to come up with the story that is fit to follow Return of the Jedi. So
I mean, because they tried, and the problem is they didn't have a plan.
Right.
Like, oh, here's 7. And then the thing is, too, apparently there was a bunch of changes made last minute before 7 was actually filming. Because apparently Daisy Ridley was playing a different character entirely. They switched all that shit up. And apparently Mark Hamill had more to do, and then they changed that shit last minute, too. And
then 9, they're rewriting as they're filming. So
they kind of had to.
Yeah, well,
unfortunately.
True.
They kind of had to.
They did.
It was swirling the bowl.
Yes, this is true news. Netflix is indeed making a live action Scooby-Doo series.
I'm kind of mixed on it. I'm curious about the casting, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was just talking about these movies today. I'm interested in this.
I'm assuming they're gonna make a CGI for Scoob. Obviously.
Well, yeah. No, they're gonna cast a guy. He's Scoob.
After watching Dead Boy Detectives, I'm not at all shocked Greg Berlanti wants to do this, like at all.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm only like a couple episodes in a Dead Boy Detective.
Ruh-roh. Oh, Shaggy.
It's just going to be a highly trained Great Dane.
Yeah, exactly. He's wearing shades. What's up, Luke?
Hey, what up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, just making an intro with the shades. If you guys don't mind that.
I mean, why not get Matthew Lillard back for the show? Who cares?
Honestly, I feel like they're all too old for the show. Like,
well, I mean, they are, but it'd be funny if they're all young cast except for Matthew Lillard as Shaggy. Who cares?
Yeah,
they could kind of sell that. He's
come
an
on,
old
give me more Matthew Lillard. Come on now.
Now, watch Matthew play like Shaggy's dad.
His dad. Yeah. I'd be down for shit like that for sure.
Nice cameo there. That would work.
And then Freddie Prinze Jr. and I forget her name, who played Daphne.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
They play like, maybe the mom of Daphne, and then he plays the dad of Fred. Like legacy casting all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Linda Cardellini.
As Velma's mom. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
It
can't be any worse than the Velma TV show, right?
Oh my God.
Do not. No, we're not doing this either. We're not basing off the Velma show.
I didn't even know that was coming back for like another season until the other day.
Apparently, season 3 has been announced.
Oh my God!
What?
What?
No. Let me ask you this: have they not thought about the low ratings and people are actually hating the show?
They don't care if it gets enough views.
And
if it gets enough views on Max, they don't care.
Well, season 2 was announced during season 1. Like they went production with
right
2
off
seasons.
the heels of season 1. It's insane.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even an issue of views. It comes down to the fact that they're just desperate for some sort of justification of their woke values of we're so diverse. We're gonna go this route. No one cares.
Do with that. I think it has entirely to do with views on HBO Max.
Well, also too, I think it's like, is it Mindy Kaling? Is that how you say her name?
Yes,
she's a part of it.
She's a part of it.
I feel like that's also a big part of it because.
Yep.
Yeah, but
again,
but the thing is, when they announced they were producing the show, they basically announced for 2 seasons, but we didn't know they were doing 2 seasons till later. Sure. But they announced they were doing it, so season 2 was already going to come out regardless of season 1. But getting a season 3 that's why.
Yeah, I don't know that show. The way it's written, the way certain characters are written, the way just scenarios are written, I'm just like, you guys took the Scooby-Doo brand and just did your own thing with it, and that's fine and dandy and cool. This is not for me.
I think Scrappy Doo's in season 2.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I had a coworker blurt out everything about season 2 to me, and I was like, "Yeah, that's neat. I don't care."
Is Scooby in season 2? I don't even know.
Yes, he is apparently, and it's not the traditional one you're thinking of either. It's a vastly different version of the character.
Well, apparently Scrappy is like eating or attacking people and shit. So I don't know.
Spoilers. He's like chomping off their junk. That's how he does it.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why wasn't that in the movie?
People's junk.
Why not? Yeah, that was
Why
in
was-
the original cartoon.
Yeah, why wasn't that in the movie?
I don't know. That feels like something James Gunn would do, right? But it's not.
That
That's
ain't
right up
James
his
Gunn,
alley.
dude. That is not
That's
James
right up
Gunn.
his alley.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm seeing.
Tell you, man, that is not James Gunn.
Yeah, I'm seeing the image of Scrappy on Twitter. Jesus.
Can you pull it up like on
Puppy
a
power.
desktop? I have not seen this yet. I don't know what Scrappy
bad
looks
does
like
it
in the
look?
show. Yeah, I'm curious. How different does Scrappy look in this TV show?
No, apparently he looks like a fucking demonic version of himself.
Oh
Oh,
god.
fantastic!
Oh, God.
I'm terrified now. I'm terrified to see what this looks like.
Even better. Bring it on.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh my god.
What the?
Oh my god, I love the second one from 4 days ago. I love that look. That is just pro wrestler personified right there.
Oh my
Scrap,
god.
man,
Oh.
Scrappy's got rabies.
Oh
Fucking
my
Ryback
God.
right there, boy.
Oh.
Apparently, Scrappy's
more.
got rabies here now.
Jesus tap dancing Christ.
How did this
That
get
is
greenlit? How did this get
outstanding.
greenlit?
Cujo too.
Cujo do.
What I want to know is how David Zaslav saw the first season and he was like, "Yeah, let's give money for the third season."
Let's
I think
go.
it was even in the works before he even became head of Warner Brothers.
Well, yeah, it was, but I mean, he could have come in and put on the kibosh, you know.
Sure. But if
Oh,
it's
God.
cheap and it's got a giant brand with it, what?
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, what
That's-
about protecting like certain IPs that you want to?
That's
you
the
know-
thing I've been saying since day one. Why wasn't this just an original adult animated show? You didn't have to take the Scooby-Doo IP. I get it to sell it, but then you're making fun of your own audience that's trying to watch
Exactly.
your show. Like,
Yeah.
what's
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
agree
get it.
100%.
Ugh.
just a waste?
Because
Boy.
Scooby Doo still does have a fairly big fan base.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yeah,
bigger
it
than
does,
Looney
yeah.
Tunes.
I need to see a therapist.
Fair.
Oh, I'm sorry you're having a panic headache. Go watch some Velma. That'll help.
No, don't
Yeah.
do
No, go watch the
Then shelve
Beekeeper.
it for tax breaks. They should do this. Yeah, just go back with the original cast and just do another movie, R-rated. Why not?
that. Yeah, they're gonna be
How
grandpas.
about just do that
grandmas.
and actually make it to a point where it's not like Velma. How's that for you?
Oh, I mean, it'd probably be better than Velma, probably.
Probably.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If they just did that, it'd be better than Velma.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, let's take the least interesting character of a cartoon and let's base a whole show around her. What a great idea.
exactly. He's my former coworker. He's here, Scott. Man, what's up?
Oh, hey, Scott.
Hey, what's
No
going
camera.
Howdy.
Yeah, he's cool. He has no camera. He's cool.
on? Am I? I can turn it on. Hold on.
It's up to you.
You don't have to, but
Oh boy, hey, what's up, man? Hey,
Hey.
What's going
there
on?
we are.
yeah,
Face reveal. I mean, what?
yeah, face reveal. I know what he looks like.
Yeah,
I worked with him
yeah, you
for quite a bit. Yes. What's
Yeah.
up, man?
did. Oh, nothing much. I just finished up some wrestling, and
Wrestling.
yes,
Wrestling.
sir.
Well,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's
And you
Wednesday,
were
bro.
at WrestleMania, right?
I was. I
Oh,
was.
nice.
Yeah.
How
Got
much
to
did those
see,
tickets set you back?
I won't. Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
too much.
Was it worth
Springsteen
it?
was
though?
cheaper.
It was absolutely worth it. You know, I got to see our buddy Dwayne in
Oh, yeah,
tights.
Yes.
Rock.
Rock.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Bit of a
Yeah.
fever dream, but the good kind, you know.
Did you ask him about Black Adam?
No, but the first thing I yelled when he came out was how much I hated Black Adam. So,
Oh,
you know.
Oh God.
Yes.
is it true that people are actually holding up signs that said "I
They
hate
were.
Black Adam"?
They said
Yeah.
Black
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
sucked, all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
that's awesome!
Movie
That-
flopped so hard he became a professional wrestler again, man. You know.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, it's a
Like
fair
taking a
point.
bump.
That's a
Yeah,
shame. I kind of like
someone,
that movie.
Someone reshared the video of like where he's standing in front of like the logos. Yeah, think of DC, think of these guys. Well, the power of the DC universe is about the hierarchy or whatever. It's like, this is awkward to watch now because like, it didn't change. It actually got you destroyed it basically.
Yeah,
it changed.
No. No, it did change. It did change though because you just got Henry Cavill out of the DCEU. So yeah, you're welcome for that.
Well, he was trying to bring him back. Unfortunately, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It's
because nobody showed up. Nobody showed up to support the film.
A lot of them were showing up just for the Superman cameo.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people. I did.
Yeah.
The whole reason I watched that movie was to see the last minute.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing, though.
If I remember correctly, it also didn't get a what is it? International release. I don't think it was released in China at the time.
I believe that's true. But yeah, it didn't even make. I think it made like $400 million.
It made $393 million.
Yeah. So like DC fans just weren't pulling up.
Yeah. He was expecting at least 500 or 600 million with his star power, but
I was too.
Was a part of that 393 million, but
I went and saw it too. But the thing was,
wanted to see it.
As I was watching, I'm like, I mean, it's not terrible, but
it was. I
felt a bit
for me. It was terrible.
Like,
you know what though? It was actually fairly comic book accurate as far as you can go with one of these DCEU movies. You know, it was not accurate 100%, but I mean, it did have quite a few elements, more so than I'm used to seeing in the DCEU.
Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate was, I think, great casting.
Oh yeah,
I hate the fact.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with the casting of him. I think he did good. The actor that did Hawkman, I think, did a nice.
Aldous Hodge. Yeah, I loved Aldous Hodge as Hawkman.
The rest of it, I was kind of.
It was a superhero movie under the guise of a wrestling romp. It is what it was.
That's a fair point too, because at one point when he's fighting Hawkman and Black Adam, Pierce Brosnan just sits down in a chair and just waits until it's done. Like he's just like, all right, I'm going to sit here in this room and just wait till you guys done fighting.
Well, that's Dr. Fate though. I mean, he's so OP, he doesn't have to like go up there and fight with them.
Right. Yeah.
Like Dr. Fate in the comic books is way more OP than he was in that movie.
Oh yes.
And, you know, the other two, Atom Smasher, Cyclone, like they were accurate for giving.
But they were under, unfortunately.
Oh, they were underutilized. I'm not denying
Atom Smasher was absolutely underutilized.
They both were. But, you know, they wanted a 2 hour, 15-minute movie or whatever. They made what they made. It was what it was. I mean, I think it's better than Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and The Flash.
Oh, yes.
Wonder Woman 84. And
you know what they should have done is that since they were dealing with the JSA, they should have just brought in Jay Garrick and sidelined one of those other characters.
I had more fun with Black Adam than I did the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm out of here.
Me too.
He's out.
That's fine.
I had fun with the Suicide Squad, but I like Black Adam more.
That is
not
what the flip, man.
I did not like the Suicide Squad. Shots
fired! Shots fired!
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like I don't like that movie all that much. I like Idris Elba's Bloodsport. I liked Rick Flag. I liked Harley Quinn. Every other character, give or take. I like the look of King Shark. I think his voice was really goofy.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Stallone?
Yeah,
fuck Peacemaker. Peacemaker is the dumbest fucking character I have
trying
ever
to make
seen.
King Shark comedy relief. I think that was a travesty.
Well, you go die on that hill, boy.
Die on that hill, Johnny.
Yeah,
Die on that
hill, boy.
Die on that hill.
Enjoy it.
Mass hysteria.
I disagree completely. That movie is far from great. Oh my god. Like Starro was cool, but
it's better than Suicide Squad.
Nope. I'm gonna disagree with you there too.
Oh shit.
I think the first movie is definitely a hell of a lot more in line with what John Ostrander initially wanted to do. Okay.
By the way.
No picture. That's fine.
There we go.
Let's see what he has to say. Nick, what's up, man?
How we doing?
Hey, man. We're hot takes flowing in here right now.
Hot takes flowing, but I would actually probably put Black Adam above the Suicide Squad as well.
Yeah.
Barring if there was a Black Adam edit that just takes out that freaking kid skating around like, come on, you guys. We need to unite as the people.
Shots fired.
I agree.
If they could just if someone on the internet cut that out, that the movie improves tenfold already.
I would buy that cut.
If his mom was actually the one that they leaned on to be like, hey, as someone who's been a revolutionary fighter my entire life, why don't I be the voice of this movement or the one trying to rally the people. No, I don't need this kid like Marty McFlying around on his skateboard, like not gonna get me, security man.
Gonna get me.
And then you got the people like, hey, come on, guys, pick up a pipe, pick up a mop. This is our place. We need to beat these random zombies that are here for like 30 seconds. Like that probably didn't need to be in the movie either.
Nope.
If they'd have just focused on the main boss battle, I would have enjoyed that a little bit better. You know, that's just a classic case, I feel like, of trying to do too much, trying to like give too many moments to characters that really don't need it.
Well, and then you have to realize that this movie was cut way down from what the original cut was.
Yeah.
You know, there were so many scenes that like ended up on the cutting room floor we'll probably never get to see.
See, I don't know too much behind what was left out, but there were like and again, I know maybe we talked about this a couple councils ago, but the whole needle drops and just this trend post Guardians of everyone doing a needle drop. Yeah. You could play the paint it black. That's fine. I don't need the baby come back and the baby come back reprise later on with the funny brother in the car. It's just like, they couldn't pick the tone. The Rock wanted it to be serious. Everybody else was like, no, let's be a little more lax. And it just clashes in areas where it could have been a little more cohesive. But
we got to release the Dwayne cut.
Where's the Dwayne cut?
That might get him some good press. I know he's in a little hot water.
Yeah, over that bullshit that Humberto Gonzalez put out. I don't buy that trash one bit.
He's peeing in bottles. Someone was like, this man's like, hey, I'll spare you guys the time to pee in the bottle, but I'll be hours late.
Bullshit Tatiana Segal will throw out in Variety. Bunch of nonsense.
So the Dwayne cut would come with one personalized bottle of pee.
Yes,
that's right. It's Black Adam's juice.
It was sent directly to you with the cut.
We'll include it with the DVD.
We do have to say goodbye to David. He is heading out. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you as always. Fun time.
Here, man.
Have a good night, man.
And since he's not here, I'll just play this on my way out.
What the fuck was that?
There we go.
He's actually behind the stage right now when you did that.
He's behind the curtain.
Is he really?
Yeah, there he is.
Don't worry, I got you, brother.
Who was that guy?
Oh man, was that Jesus?
Later.
Toodles.
Who the fuck was that guy?
Okay, who the fuck was that?
So when,
what the hell is that guy doing here?
So a guy earlier named Ryan, he left. He played that drop. I thought for a second you were actually here. I'm like, how the fuck did he get in here? He doesn't have a link, and how is he in here? And then I realized, he has a drop.
I'm everywhere. I'm like Santa Claus, but creepier.
Well, that's true.
365, baby.
Yep, I'm always watching the Elf on the Shelf.
And that's why we got a divorce.
Yep, but we're not going to go into that right now.
Yep,
we're not going to turn into a council of marriage therapy.
Nope.
Look,
yeah, but
we already tried that. It ain't going to happen.
Look,
so
you two need to go to court and figure it out because I need to know my schedule. Like, whose house am I going to on what days?
Listen to your parents. Be quiet. Monitor.
I just made it to the MLB yesterday, so you're probably going to be a mom for a little while. Maybe I'll pick you up on the home games. I don't know.
You best prepare for some McDonald's for dinner, buddy.
I'm fine with some McDonald's for dinner. I don't hear shit.
Good. You're getting McNuggets and a milkshake. I know they don't make milkshakes. Okay. So I'll make them make a fucking milkshake.
Yeah, I want a milkshake.
Fair enough.
No, you don't get a fucking McFlurry. You get a fucking milkshake. That's what you get.
Bro, they don't even do McFlurries like they used to. I know COVID changed everything in certain companies. Like, McDonald's for one. Not to go out like on a mini McDonald's rant, but having been there in the last week, every time, they're like, all right, are you paying with your app? Are you using the app in the drive-thru? And I'm always like, no, I don't know. I'm just driving through.
I'm an avid app user.
And then it's like, well, you can save 20%. Our inflated prices now. You can get a fillet of fish.
Deals.
You can get a fillet of fish for $11. That's not a good deal, my guy. That's highway robbery.
They got some good deals on the app.
Just like, dude, give me my fucking McNuggets and let me go.
I got a McFlurry. I got an M&M McFlurry the other day. I was like, I have not had one of these in so long. Number one, they're not even using the proper spoon. They're just using a spoon. It's like basically just a plastic spoon. There's no swirling. The M&Ms are just on the top. I was like, man, this was the whole point of the spoon. This was the whole, you put it into the little guy and it whirls it around. Now I'm here like trying to munch my freaking McFlurry in the car. I'm like,
all I can.
If people are driving by,
I have one thing to say about this.
You're like doing like this shit, and like, what the fuck?
Like, what is this man doing? And he's eating it afterwards. He's eating it afterwards.
And then you're looking out the window, and people go, they're like.
Now you're just gonna have to go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard.
Yep.
I'm gonna tip that motherfucker upside
beating
down,
the
man.
McFlurry, I
I'm
swear.
gonna drive by McDonald's and hold it upside down. Like, this could have been you.
I have the McFlurry in my lab. No, please. It's not what it looks like.
All I have to say about the McDonald's workers that just want to be like you're trying to order ice cream and they're like, our ice cream machine is broken. All I gotta say is your ice cream machine is fine. You're just a lazy motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, that is probably the case.
Like you literally just like want to just do that and just yell at them like, your ice cream machine is fine, you bitch. You're just a lazy motherfucker. You should be fired.
I'd be like, I'll just come inside and make it myself. Just show me
it's almost become like the they used
like,
to hit you with the New York fries with that.
Yeah.
Like, just give me your ice cream machine and I'll see if it's broken. If it's actually not broken, you lose your job. Like,
that's gonna be the new reality show. You challenge a food service worker, and I say this as a food service worker, like as a bartender. So sometimes like, oh, can you make this here? Do you have this?
I kind of work in food service myself since I work in a nursing home. So
sure, no, I'm like there's gonna be a game show called like call them on their shit, and we're gonna see it's like that. I don't know if it's Geico, whoever does it, but they're like, let's take a look at the replay. You sure you want to say that? Like, all right, let's look in the booth.
Nick, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That'd be perfect.
That I'm like, people just get caught in the act. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, call me up and we'll do that.
Canada, go and get a milkshake, man. What's going on?
Yeah, go get a Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
Blizzard,
what
man.
are you doing?
Oh, Canada.
Oh,
I
Canada.
serve food to myself almost.
Blame Canada. Wait, sorry, wrong movie.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Oh yeah.
But for real,
No, yo, I think
Canada.
I think y'all are right about Pierce Brosnan though. Pierce Brosnan
100%.
carries a lot of Black Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Just effortlessly
100%.
so.
100%.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Black Adam's like a shitty video game. I'm sorry, that movie's not good. Like, I was on board with it until the video game boss popped up at the end. I was like, bro, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is ass.
There's no denying. There's no denying.
I was like, this is terrible.
Like the worst villain in the DCEU.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the fuck just
happened?
happened? I was like, am I watching a PS3 cutscene? What just happened? Like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Johnny, you're my boy.
Like, what? James Gunn would never.
Right.
He gets a giant starfish instead. That's more like it.
Dwayne could have just popped up as the Scorpion King, like in 1990s.
Don't you,
Pretty much.
Video game.
Don't
graphics.
you wish that Black Adam could just transform into the Scorpion King and we'll just get that flashback?
Honestly, I would have been more down for that. I would have had a rock on rock fight. I've been kind of.
That's gonna be. That was gonna be the third act of the sequel versus Superman. Who turned to the Scorpion.
I would have much rather
That
just
would've
done
been
one
amazing.
movie.
Man, I can't lie.
Just
That
one
would be
movie. They
insane.
should have just done one movie, Shazam versus Black Adam, and call it a fucking day. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
They should have had
is
Shazam
it-
versus Scorpion King.
Is it better that we didn't get the Zachary Levi versus Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Like,
I mean, you
I
know
mean,
what? That's
it is-
true
yeah.
because Zachary Levi just would have gotten the absolute dog shit beaten out of him by The Rock.
in
There's
the
no
press,
doubt about that.
in the film, like
And I don't
that's
think-
where I could
I think it
totally
would've been a
see
better
how
time.
The Rock was trying to hype up the Superman, The Rock, whatever.
Well, yeah,
you
The
get
Rock
him and
did-
Henry Cavill up there weighing in, or
That would've
something,
been a way
just
more
like
fair
barking
fight.
in each other's
Yeah.
face.
And
But I
The
mean,
Rock-
Shazam.
The Rock didn't want nothing to do with Zachary Levi's.
No, he didn't.
He's like, leave that kitty shit at home.
Ironically enough, since he fucking produced the first Shazam movie.
But in the comic books, though,
How
Shazam
ironic.
is actually he's a contender. He's equal to Black Adam.
Right.
So he's a force to be reckoned with. I mean, Zachary Levi.
Hitting the old,
Says it all.
whatever that move was.
Said it all.
Nah,
The floss.
the
Yeah.
Now
floss.
he's just Chuck.
I just
forgot
like,
that
and I
was in the
don't want to
movie.
subscribe to just like the basic Alan Richardson like fan cast, but I'm like, there could have been like, you don't need to play the character like
You know who
such a
would've made-
child.
You know
Well,
who
yeah,
actually
they wrote
Shazam
him. They
2.
wrote him and as a child all the way through, and that's
Shazam
not.
2 just sucked.
You know,
Partially because it was like every other kid around him was growing up,
Yep.
and he's,
he's
still
not.
staying. Like,
dude,
He's still the
fucking
same. Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, or maybe even like, matter of fact, like 20 years ago, Patrick Warburton would have been the perfect fucking Shazam.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking Christ.
That's pretty good. I like that.
That's making me moist just thinking about it. Oh my god.
You're welcome. I've been thinking about this for a while, and then they.
I bet you have.
I have.
I always see those like here's the Avengers cast of the '90s. If Tom Cruise was. There's some of those that are like way too on the nose. Like, no, that's too obvious. I like a Patrick Warburton there. Like, I like some more, not quite out of the box, but
at least I got to see
Patrick. More thought than just like, oh, handsome man, Tony Stark. Sure.
At least I got to see Patrick Warburton fight Barry B. Benson. That's enough for me.
There you go.
That's all I needed. It's a lot of ads.
I remember in an old issue of Wizard, they were casting Batman. This was like after Batman and Robin. They were doing like a whole fan cast of like Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl. So for Batman, they had Alec Baldwin. For Nightwing, they had Michael Biehn, like from Terminator, right? And then for oh fuck, who do they have for Batgirl? I don't remember who they had for Batgirl or the Joker, but there was a ton of them, and I was like, Alec Baldwin was Batman? No. Michael Biehn is Nightwing in the 90s? Yes.
Batman telling you got brass balls.
Right? I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't.
You gotta sell.
I don't know. Boss Baby's Batman's kind of fire.
How are you gonna sell Alec Baldwin as Batman? Boss Baby. How are you gonna sell
That's pretty lit.
I drove up here in a Batmobile that costs more than your car, more than your home.
Take the car.
There you go.
You see this belt, this utility
Chicks
belt?
dig the car. That's what Superman works alone.
Nick, you'd want Alec Baldwin to sell it and just be like, no, chicks dig the car.
No, you don't understand.
You'd want him to sell it like that there, dude. Trust me, you would want to.
I still think it's curious how we got Alicia Silverstone as a Batgirl.
God,
because I'm not gonna lie, I watched.
I hate it.
Those movies are those are more of an enjoyable watch than like a serious watch, I would say. And I just think of
enjoyable.
Are they enjoyable at all though?
Batman Forever, yes.
What's his last name?
Batman and Robin, not so much.
Batman Forever, just because I like Jim Carrey, pretty much.
Chris O'Donnell's like sitting there on the edge of the ramp, like after they've like biked off or whatever.
And the thing is, I think Val Kilmer, he did a decent job.
He's not that bad.
Dude, he's a great Batman. Okay.
Yeah,
he's a great
and honestly, if he wasn't going through the situation with his cancer and everything, I think he'd be a great old Bruce Wayne for a Batman Beyond situation. He'd be fantastic.
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I just like Val Kilmer in general. So
yeah.
I loved him. I loved him in Maverick. That was like that short.
Yeah, that was
that little bit.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit made me cry.
Yeah, and I don't even really like the first movie that much, but that still got me.
Bro, dude, that's like the second movie.
Yeah, it's what I think of when I think of Val Kilmer. But I'm also Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. It's running through my veins. I love that movie. But yeah.
Just imagining Val Kilmer now playing old Bruce Wayne and just being like, yeah, I was chain smoking that entire time. And
how do you think I got through so many Gotham Nights? He just got Batman at the convenience store
and then he says that, and then he holds up a copy of Arkham Knight, and then winks at the camera. It's like,
pretty much, yeah.
The funny part is like old man Bruce Wayne is the perfect role for him because he hated being in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
He did not like being in that suit whatsoever. But even a kid like
Shocker, am I right?
Mask. Wait, she's Alfred's niece. Yeah, there's no getting around that writing. That was not.
That was a star, but it was horrible. Fucking terrible.
Horrible.
I've always maintained that Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are better on paper than execution. But even then, they're not perfect. You know what I mean?
No. But I'm like, it's such a I just think of that Bane. Anytime I hear that roar,
I don't even want to think about that. I just got out of seeing The Dark Knight Rises. I don't want to think about that Bane. I'm still
watching the straps burst as his arm inflates in the veins.
You saw that tonight?
I saw that in theaters. I just came back from that.
So,
there you go.
Was it easy to understand Bane?
Dude, his voice made me orgasm almost every time I heard it. You could tell they really went in and tweaked it. His voice was so much louder than everything. The theater was shaking when he talked. I was like, oh, the vibrations were getting me, dude.
Oh, yes, I was wondering about
You said I was, oh man.
Oh, your underwear.
Yeah, but yeah, I was. Thank God no one sat in front of me. Is all I'm gonna say. That shit, beautiful, dude. And I don't care. I'll die in this hill too. Fuck it. The Dark Knight Rises is a fucking masterpiece. 10 out of 10. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Second best in the trilogy. third
I
best
love
Batman movie.
how Hans Zimmer, like I love so many moments in that score where it's like a little more solemn, like out on the ice, like
I was thinking that too. I think in low-key, it might have a better score than The Dark Knight. And The Dark Knight has a great score, but I love the score of The Dark Knight Rises. Like all the like chanting shit in there too. Like I never really noticed for some reason, like when they're all like charging each other, like there's the chanting going on in the background.
But you get the full body half punch.
Yeah. I mean, Christopher Nolan's strong suit isn't really action, but I give it a little bit of a pass.
I've always loved when he starts popping the little oxygen, the little.
Oh yeah, he starts going fucking ham on the pillars, going crazy.
It's funny, like
I love that.
And then I just got to hear his moan in the theater, like when he goes on, goes.
The action in his movies got better after he did Batman.
They did, which is kind of sad.
No, it's not sad. It's just an experience. Like he
got
from those films and he applied it to like Tenet. And
because when I was watching Tenet, I was like, yeah, this is like crazy. Actually, like he did a really good job with Tenet.
That moment, I'm like, Dark Knight Rises though. Even though it fakes it out at the end, such a brilliant. I'm like, I don't know, the handling of it. From Jim
it made
Gordon,
me cry.
like you got to tell me who you are.
It made me cry in theaters, and I've seen it a million times. But it's like
hero can
putting a coat on a kid, like it's gonna be alright, or whatever the fuck he said, like that. I was like, and then when fucking dude, when Alfred's there, and I failed you, and I was like, oh my god, I was like lip quivering. I was like,
that whole thing is so funny. He's like, I failed you. Like, okay, he's not dead.
I know. I was like, I know he's at a cafe in Italy right now, but oh my god,
in Act 1, and here I am in Act 3, Paul is out.
I know he's clapping Catwoman cheeks, but oh my god, I'm crying.
You even need to put up the suit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it's just so good. And then when Alfred leaves, you like, dude, I don't care how many times I see that movie. Michael fucking Caine, dude, what a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Nothing beats the Anne Hathaway. Like, all right, I don't remember now if she's getting on or off the bike. But the old just leg over
dude.
your leg.
Yeah,
right.
I said, I was very happy no one was sitting in front of me. There was a lot of fluids leaving my body.
Of course there was.
Both in sweat and other fluids. Yep.
I remember, like, I mean, that was such a like when that role was cast. I remember I was kind of like, all right, Anne Hathaway is.
I don't get why people hate her. I really don't. I think she's great.
It was really more than anything. It was just kind of like, all right, I don't know if I've ever seen her really play a role in this capacity.
You know what was really interesting is like hearing Jonathan Nolan on the Happy Sad Confused podcast talk about like writing that movie and how they were approaching the villain. And he was like, yeah, we settled on Bane, but he talked about like, oh, at first we were kind of working on the Riddler, and then that felt too similar to the Joker. And I'm like, how the fuck were you writing the Riddler similar to the Joker? Please go on. Like, please tell me how you were writing the Riddler to be similar than the Joker. I would love to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally.
Maybe just because of like the random like chaos of the Riddler kind of like probably that. But like
could you see the Leonardo DiCaprio Riddler?
Funny enough,
that's kind of been discussed in the last couple weeks or so. Like I didn't know that was a thing until I saw some article last week.
He's my favorite actor of all time, but I would much rather have Tom Hardy as Bane. Like I'm fine with having him as Cobbin and stuff.
Or I just mean like, what do you like in that sense of like thinking like, all right, Anne Hathaway is going to be Catwoman. Okay, like Leonardo DiCaprio, news drops. Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be the Riddler. I'm not saying it's for Christopher Nolan's, but in general,
I think Leo could do anything. I mean,
well, you're right. You're right. But
I think he could do like if you want to play it more like serious, like not like crazy, kind of like Paul Dano, but like just kind of like a serious, he'll kill it. If you want to be a little crazy, kind of like Paul Dano, I think Calvin Candy's his best performance, and it's the most un-Leo performance he's ever done. I think he needs to do more shit like that, where he's just kind of going unhinged. Like
there you go. Yeah,
I think he could do anything. I think he could. I want to see him play more villains because he's always the hero or like the kind of like anti-hero. But
there are few actors who sound better when they like yell or scream.
Oh my god, Leo's
like I don't know what it is, but like there's some people it just doesn't work. But like
my name is Edward Daniels.
Anytime this man screams, it's like holy shit. I was watching The Departed, and even when he's
my god,
towards the very end when Matt Damon's like, "Come on, man, just kill me," and he's like, "Shut the fuck up!" It's just like, oh my god,
I can see this.
I think my favorite Leo performance.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely,
yeah, maybe. I think my favorite Leo performance is probably Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are my fun coupons. Get the fuck off my boat.
I'm
missing your salary.
I'm going to have one of the models with some lobsters off my balls.
Throw the lobsters down on him, bro.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
so hard. I love.
I'm a Leo fanboy. I'll glaze him all night if you let me. Like,
Yeah.
I literally think he could do anything. He's
I think it's
incredible.
I think it's super cool that Zack Snyder spoke to him about maybe being Lex Luthor before he cast Jesse Eisenberg. I was
Dude.
But that's
I could,
what
Dude,
that's
that's
probably
what I
you were
was thinking of.
of.
You're right. That's what I was thinking of. Leo is Lex.
Apparently, Leo was the one who shot Snyder the idea. Hey, what if Superman fought the fucking Justice League? And it's like, yep, that's dope as fuck. Because in George Miller's Justice League Mortal, Superman and Wonder Woman would have had a fight because Superman would have been under the influence of Maxwell Lord's psychic abilities, and that would have caused him and Wonder Woman to fight.
Okay.
So we have this version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I was thinking that, what is it, the Justice League Doom, where Wonder Woman seeing all the different cheetahs, like I was hoping at least even in Wonder Woman 84 or whatever, like I was hoping there would be a little bit more combat with Cheetah, or like a little bit, there's one fight at the end, and it was
kind of just pops up every now and then.
Yeah,
like kind of punches like a random dude or something. Like,
he's like, I'm hot now, and I'm I'm not going back.
The idea of Cheetah is interesting, but they just dropped the ball. I do want to bring him in. He's been behind stage for like a couple of minutes. Dave, welcome, sir.
Yo,
what's up? What's up, man?
Welcome.
Yeah, I think the idea of Cheetah is cool. Just like they just didn't know what to do with her because they had Maxwell Lord as well.
Yeah, it's funny because they had elements of both Maxwell Lord and Cheetah that were done well, but then there's other pieces where you're just like, you guys dropped the fucking ball hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me your wish, please.
Yeah, I was just enjoying watching Pedro off like fucking booger sugar, like he was crazy in that movie.
They have it, and then drop.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
Let me lasso that missile real quick, and
oh my god.
Hey Nick, you want the moon? I'll just throw a lasso on her, bring it down to you.
Phil, before I forget, just talk about that whole scene on the boat in Wolf of Wall Street. Kyle Chandler is so good in that movie.
Oh my god!
When he's sitting there, and he's like, "Man, I can't wait till I get there."
When he's like pretending to play along with him, yeah,
I'm gonna take this whole boat. I'm gonna bring it back to the station, man. The boys are gonna eat this up.
And then you got the great Leo meme of him like pointing at himself.
I would love to help you guys. I got names and things that I can help
kind of
you
booze
out.
you might want. No, the Bureau forbids us from drinking.
Say that one more time.
No.
Come a little closer, There wasn't an exact figure.
And I love him. The captain said, there's gonna be a little chop. It's chop. It's a little chop. It's gonna be fun. It's just some chop.
Hard cuss him fucking screaming again. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I will not die sober.
Oh yeah, the get the lewds.
I will not die sober.
It's just fucking peak cinema.
So many unbelievable moments in that movie.
That shit, dude. That movie is just
Jonah Hill. I mean, Jonah Hill every now and then really just pops up with exceptional performance.
The little bits of John Bernthal too, like
fuck, you're right, yeah.
The little bits of him. Obviously, my wife Margot, fantastic, peak cinema. But
she was 22 years old in that movie.
Which is insane.
Gotta pump those numbers.
I saw that movie 20. Like I was 18. I was like senior year in high school when I saw Wolf of Wall Street. And
those are rookie numbers.
I'm gonna pump that shit up. I know.
Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those up.
After Barbie came out, they're giving you like the Margot history when she left from Australia, did these TV shows, and it's like obviously Wolf of Wall Street's her breakout deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm looking, and it's like, oh yeah, she's 22 when she does that. I'm like,
it's insane.
What?
Yep.
Having your first American movie be a Marty movie is a pretty good fucking start.
It. Bro, you're a Marty movie, and she kills it though. Yeah. Like every, who? What do
that was my one disappointment with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is I wanted more Leo and Margot together because they're fantastic. Like their chemistry is amazing in The Wolf of Wall Street. Like their scenes together, like them fighting in the back. Yeah, the who. That's like maybe my favorite scene in the movie. Like, stop flexing your muscles, Joy. You look like a fucking imbecile.
The lawn is Bermuda.
Wake up, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it's so good, man. Oh,
that is probably my favorite Marty movie. Now that I think about it,
it's up there.
Really?
It's like that. And it's
like
The Wolf of Wall Street and The Departed for me, and Shutter Island. Those are my three.
No,
Shutter Island
you said it wrong. It's Departed.
Yeah, The Departed. My bad. The Departed.
Shutter Island is so good.
Fucking
Shutter Island is the greatest twist I've ever seen in my life. Like I couldn't.
Yes.
I think I literally just dookied myself when I watched Shutter Island the first time.
Okay.
I was like, "There's no way this is happening."
Okay, Johnny, how many times have you done that watching a movie? Because I'm concerned.
I can't.
How many
count.
pants
You expect me
does
to
this man
count?
go
Dude, when I'm watching a movie, my bodily fluids
How
just
many-
leave
how
my body.
many-
we know you
How
can't
many-
count, but like, can you try?
How many articles of clothing have you ruined by just exploding?
I put them in the wash. But
He's like, I got really good stain remover.
I got that Tide shit. Perfect.
He's like, if you get darker underwear.
Yeah,
No one's
that's what.
gonna
Yeah, I
know.
listen to
You won't even
Deadpool. I wear my
know.
brown pants when I go to see movies. You know,
Who does?
Damn straight.
and then I just put like
Yeah, he wore the brown pants.
Okay.
but it
So-
doesn't solve all problems. But
Thank you for reminding me because I need to wear my brown pants on Friday when I go see Phantom Menace on the big screen.
Yes, me too.
Oh.
When I see Darth
That's gonna
Maul,
be dope.
like I hope
you
someone's
wear
sitting
the
in front of
brown
me
pants.
again.
You
You
want them
need
to
to wear
this
the brown
time.
pants when you see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, I don't want to
That's
catch a lawsuit, but
I'm gonna do the Leo clap when I see fucking Darth Maul pop up with that double-bladed lightsaber.
Oh my god, dude!
Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna.
stand-
It's the
stand up and do it?
secondary.
Are you gonna stand up and go?
Yep. Oh, for sure
Oh, yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
You're damn right.
I'm gonna be like like the Taylor Swift fans. I'm gonna start fucking reenacting the fight like in the middle of the aisle or something. I'm just gonna start fucking
Yeah.
going crazy.
We had the goofiest dude at our screening of Dune Part 2. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
he's sitting a row in front and maybe like a few seats over.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
popcorn
And,
bucket.
you can tell he's just a hardcore Dune fan because this is the first time I'm seeing it for its opening night. And bless her heart, he's there with his girlfriend, who's being very supportive. But like every 10 minutes, something happens or whatever, and he's here like in his seat, like yes. like,
course.
he said it.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
And he's just
in there and every 10 minutes he's just like,
Dude, you're seeing his hands like.
I went to PAX East this past now 2 months ago, tail end of March. Okay, there was someone there. I shit you not, in a full-on fucking sandworm get up.
Oh,
And
that's sick.
Dude, that's not even the best part. They tied a little Paul Atreides action figure onto the back.
That's
Oh
great.
my god, it was so awesome.
There was a guy when I saw the Flash film. When I saw the Flash film last year, there was a guy in a full Batman suit, not like a cheap, like a full-on Batman
fucking
suit.
Batman.
Those are so
Yeah.
hot. Those get
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
hot.
and at a point he took off his cowl, but every time when King came on, he put the cowl back on and was just like,
oh my god.
It's like my salute to you, sir.
yeah. And then
He's a little
every time-
confused, but he's got the spirit.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
when the first fight scene goes on at the Russian base or whatever the
That
fuck,
fight was cool though.
yeah, when that happened, he's like, I could see him in his chair doing this.
With the left.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't want my batteries to come out.
You know damn good well Warner Brothers fucked up something fierce when they have people dressing up like Batman showing up to a Flash movie.
Fair
Dude,
point.
Yeah, kind of.
Dude, the worst. I remember I booked I went and saw the new Transformer, whatever, the Rise of the Beasts before
Oh
that.
god, yeah.
And they were doing an early Flash fan screening type deal, and a couple buddies of mine wanted to go. So I was like, all right, we'll go. They're playing it on the Monday before the Friday it comes out. And after having an experience with Ant-Man and the Wasp, or not Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania,
Yeah.
where the projector skipped, something happened. It was like 2 weeks prior or something. It was like, all right, well, that movie stopped a third of the way through, so we're going to have to come back and watch it again. We're sitting here in the Flash Auditorium, and it's like 5 minutes. We probably got there after previews are supposed to start, because I'm like, whatever. We've got assigned seats. We don't need to watch all 20 minutes. Like, honestly, let's pop across the street, grab a quick beer, come back over, watch The Flash. And we get in the auditorium, and I'm like, okay, all the lights are on. The projector is not on. There's not even Maria Menounos or something playing in the background.
Right.
And so, 7 o'clock comes by, 7:10 comes by, and eventually, like, a guy kind of wanders in, and he's like, oh, is the projector not been on? And people are like, no, and he's like, stay posted. I'll be right back. 15 minutes later, someone comes in like, hey, so we didn't have a chance to test the projector before the film, but as it turns out, Warner Brothers never actually sent us the movie, so we don't actually have it to show you. So we can either get you a refund, we can get you concessions if you want, whatever, but they're like, it's just not happening. You can come back Friday on opening night if you want and get a ticket up front, but it was just like, what do you mean they didn't send the movie? They're the ones putting on the fan event.
Then my fucking Christ. Man. Holy shit.
It was just like, they're handing out posters. They handed out the comic book that they made as like a tie-in, like, oh, here's how Flash gets his suit from Batman. So everybody's just in the theater.
And then they're like, yeah, sorry, no movie. What the fuck?
Dude, I felt bad though. Because like for the Seattle area, you've got people who probably often travel from Vancouver and people who come Vancouver, Canada, and then people who come up from Portland, Oregon. Because Oregon and Portland doesn't always they don't always get the same type of things that we do. So I'm like, all these people are in the theater. It's a packed deal. The guys next to us are from Vancouver, and they're like, bro, I swapped a shift to come and do this. Like, this is the only time this could happen. And of course, this stuff happened. It was just horrible. And I was like, of course, it is.
I can't even lie to you.
Clown shoes.
It is the most Warner Brothers thing.
Yeah, I will tell you this though. If that person came in and he was just like, hey, yeah, actually we didn't actually have the movie for you, so we can either get your refund. I'd be like, I would just run to that person and be like, bullshit. I punch him right in the face for that because they're like, you wasted my fucking time.
Batman, where's the footage?
Where's the footage?
In my head, I'm like, yo, can you get like a download of this? Like, can someone upload the 4K file and you can download it and stream it for us or something?
Can someone just plug in their phone and play the TikTok version? Because the whole movie was on TikTok before it fucking released anyway.
Right. I'm like, there's got to be a CinemaCon footage, CinemaCon cut floating out there somewhere.
Oh my God.
Because again, you wasted my time. So it's like, of course, you deserve to get a beating for that.
So here's a cinema. Oh, sorry. No, you go.
No, I was just you can actually relate to this. So in the same calendar year, I had seen the Flash run through the Speed Force in two different ways. I saw him run through the Speed Force in Zack Snyder's Justice League in April of 2023, right? And then come June of 2023, I see the Flash run again in the Speed Force in IMAX both times. Which one do you think looked better?
Oh, we know which one looked better. I know which one looked better.
You know exactly which one looked better, Nick, because you were there.
It was not even close. I remember watching the Flash opening night for the first time, and this little now I'm like ice skating, and we got some fun music going on, and I was like, they're talking. I don't think they were talking down on the hummingbird style from the Flash TV show, but they're like, that's a choice, and we're doing something else. I would have rather had the freaking. I'm like, you got a $300 million budget. You can make this stuff look great.
So we all saw the Snyder Cut. It was great. Beautiful experience. Everyone was there, enjoyed the movie. Cut to the Flash. I brought a friend with me. She had bought 2 beers. By the time the baby sequence was done, she finished her first beer. She looked at me and I looked at her and I was like,
she looked at me.
It's a choice. It's a choice. On the ride home, she was like, so how'd you feel? And I was like, I don't want to. I have thoughts. And she was like, okay, what are they? And I was like, I think you know exactly what my thoughts are. She was like, are they the same as mine? I was like, depends. How'd you feel about the baby sequence? You finished your beer during it? And she was like, that was only my first beer. I was like, when did you finish your second beer? About 25, 30 minutes after that, I was like, okay, do you want to order another one? She was like, I wanted to. I wanted to order 2 more. I was like, I almost wish I would have ordered 2 more with you. Because hot damn. Look, there is some good stuff in that movie, right? Like the Barry and his mom stuff. Phenomenal. Michael Keaton as Batman. Okay, right? I'm not even his biggest supporter. Even Ben Affleck as Batman was fucking cool, but the speech he gives him as Bruce Wayne, great.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
the special effects of that movie needed a 1 over or something. I don't know. It is
twice over.
It's very clear to me that no matter what, if you even bring over the same supervising special effects team from the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's camp, whatever, to this, it all boils down to the director, whoever fucking shot the movie, and how it's shot too. That very much plays a big fucking point into all of this. Now, granted, there is some very good CGI in there, especially with the 2 berries. It's very close, where you can tell which one is which and which one is not. There are some sequences where it doesn't look too good, but more often than not, the double berries, they actually look pretty fucking good, all things considered. But then you get to the Polar Express Chronoball bullshit.
That's
my
a perfect analogy.
Oh my fucking God.
I think I saw Tom Hanks in the movie.
I think so, right? Then you couple that and with that nonsensical George Clooney bullshit at the end of the movie. Thanks, James Gunn.
That was fucking funny though. No way they got James Clooney. So he just finished shooting his Nespresso commercial and just came on set and was like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Then the cherry on top is like the other tooth falls out of Barry's mouth. At that point, I'm just like, "Well, just play the fucking Looney Tunes logo right now. Just do it, because that's what you basically showed me—a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon. That's basically what you fucking showed me." Where it was Roadrunner versus the evil Roadrunner. That's basically what you fucking showed me at this point. God, I like and hate that movie all at the same time. It's crazy, but I do not fault Andy Muschietti at all for that film.
Well, Phil, you mentioned a surprise cameo, Mike.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I love that shirt.
Thanks, man.
So here's something interesting. So Flash, and you know this, I think, kind of just speaks to the entertainment world and movie entertainment, less maybe about movie critics or things. But, you know, CinemaCon comes in like, The Flash is the greatest movie of all time. It's going to be like, no, this is the best movie since The Dark Knight. This is like, you're not ready for this action.
Oh, God, I remember
so
that.
this year's CinemaCon was The Fall Guy, I feel like. You know, they're like, oh, it's Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. It's going to be awesome. It's so much fun. It's Deadpool 2 director, you know. I don't know. I saw The Fall Guy.
And the reviews have been great for The Fall Guy.
I've seen it tomorrow. I'm very excited.
The reviews have been good. It's fun. It's fun.
I'm seeing
but
it
it's
Friday.
like a romantic comedy, meta movie. Like it's my only thing with it, and again, this is like what sucks about expectations and like online discourse in general, I feel like, is everyone's like, oh, this is a movie meant to honor stunt choreography and stunt workers and all these things. And there's like some cool stunt work in there sometimes, but I was like, it was far more of a romantic comedy than anything else, which I was just like, I was surprised by. And, you know, having a director who was a stunt actor himself for so long, I was surprised. Like, I don't know. It's like, yes, the guy in the movie is a stunt actor, but it's still Ryan Gosling. You know, there's we're watching him do almost everything rather than like, here's the actual stunt workers doing X, Y, and Z. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting, but it was one where I'm like reading all this hype coming out of CinemaCon and Collider and all the usual suspects are like, no, but actually, you guys, this is like summer movie blockbuster.
We got the goods. We got the goods. Collider Frosty every time he comes out. We've got the goods. We've got the goods. I'm telling you. Oh fucking K, Frosty, sit the fuck down.
I remember that Anthony Mackie, like, it was just beefing with him at one.
Oh my God.
Ago.
That was a really uncomfortable thing to watch. Like, oh, okay, dude. Like,
I don't know. I got a laugh out of it.
Well, I mean, it is funny, but at the same time, he's like, you think Batman v Superman? Like it was a whole thing back.
Oh, that.
Oh God.
I just know that Anthony Mackie does not like him.
No, I think it's like but like that was one of the things he was hitting him on. Because like,
it wasn't Man of Steel, not BVS.
No, like it was BVS versus Civil War. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know for sure. Like Andy Mackie doesn't like Man of Steel, and it's like, you know, that's your prerogative. That's fine. Whatever.
Well, I think that was also mentioned too in the discussion as well. Yeah. About how many times we gonna see Superman's parents die, or like how many times we gonna see, like, you know, like, fair point. It's a fair criticism, but still, it's like, you know,
how many times we're gonna see Batman's parents die? You know,
You're
always. The answer is always.
Fucking happened in Joker. No one gave a shit. It happened in Joker. No one gave a shit there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was the funniest part of Joker to me.
Cut the check. Cut the check. Yeah. That's his line. Cut the check.
You know, Fall Guy, you know, feel good for sure. Like that's just addressing Behind the Colonel here. It kind of reminded me of Free Guy or some of those movies. Like weirdly, I thought The Fall Guy, you could have had Ryan Reynolds play the role, and it is almost the same exact kind of role. But Ryan Gosling just plays it more as like, I'm low key, I'm more funny. I'm listening to Taylor Swift, and it's different than if Ryan Reynolds was listening to Taylor Swift, because Reynolds would just like riff like, oh, just Taylor Swift is my number one most downloaded Amazon person, or my number one Apple Music, whatever. And Ryan Gosling's kind of like bashful, like, oh, am I listening to All Too Well? Like, hope she doesn't think that I'm thinking about her, maybe, So I don't know. It's just
honestly, like, I think of Ryan Gosling and I'm drawn back to The Gray Man. I know a lot of people kind of clown him.
I like that movie.
That movie's fucking cool.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun movie.
I draw back to The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Nice Guys is good. Too bad
I want Ryan Gosling to do more comedy. So honestly, being a rom-com to me, I don't give a fuck.
I kind of like the hairy dumbass.
Because like Ryan Gosling to me is like one of the funniest and just one of the funniest guys out there. Like he cracks me fuck up.
I feel like I'm invincible. I don't think I can die.
I think my favorite line from him in The Gray Man is when he's talking to Chris Evans' character. And he's like, Lloyd, I really don't like you.
Chris Evans is fucking fantastic in that movie too.
His line reads have always been pretty solid.
Yeah,
between that and what's the first Ryan Johnson one?
Knives Out. He's fantastic in that too.
Between those two movies, he plays such a perfect bastard.
He's such a good dickhead. It was so nice to see just an absolute prick after Captain America. He's so good at it.
He's
don't forget Scott Pilgrim.
Ryan Gosling, kind of like our guy Leo. He does a good yell. I don't know why
I was going to say he's my second favorite actor behind Leo. I like the
Notebook is a classic, obviously.
Was it you, Mike, who just said don't forget Scott Pilgrim?
Yes.
Lucas Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're the rat of the league of the
But that Notebook scene where Ryan Gosling is just like, get in the water. Get in the water.
I love his high pitched screaming and Nice Guys, like when Russell Crowe fucking breaks his arm.
Agent K, Blade Runner 2049.
Oh man,
that is Blade Runner 2049.
And Drive too, like
one of the greatest movies.
Like it's funny because he could either just like not say anything and he's fucking great, or he could just go insane and he's still like he could just do. He's like another one. He could do anything. He's so
freaking reaching his hand
good.
into the furnace and picks up the wooden toy and the music's I'm like, that movie is
sublime.
Just a masterclass on something. Literally, that movie, 100%. Blade Runner 2049. I think I'd maybe seen Blade Runner once before going into it. I was like, I'm not super familiar with this world at all. Yeah, I know what happened in the first film. I know what a replicant is. Let's just watch this. And then I don't know if it's a hot take or not. But that was unbelievable. I think it's better than the first film.
I was gonna say that's what I think 2049 is way better.
Of Blade Runner now too, from director's cuts to some editor's cut as well. Like they're very good.
I think if you just look at them from like a story perspective, 2049 just slots so fucking perfectly right next to Blade Runner. Whatever cut you watch, doesn't really matter.
Totally.
Right? Totally. Like it's just a testament to Denis Villeneuve's ability to just look at a previous source, something that has like source material from it, to be that thing is the source material. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this story and I'm going to thrust it forward, 30, 40 years, and I'm going to continue that story, but I'm going to be as true as humanly fucking possible to it. And he knocked it out of the fucking park.
The detective style kind of feel like, of course, neo-noirish, like just that whole start with Dave Bautista's character too.
Yeah, great.
Setting that, you've never seen a miracle before. This idea of like you're just killing your own kind almost. Like, what does this say about you that you're part of this program? And of course, you got all of the Ana de Armas scenes, even with some of like the blend of some her technology with some other stuff. Like,
so good. Amazing. I need to rewatch that movie.
When they're sitting up, like when they're up on the roof in the rain, right before she pauses and gets interrupted, or like, there's just so many beautiful sequences in that movie that I feel like her, showcase that idea of like, the relationship, love, so much emotion transcends physicality. It can transcend all of these different things. And obviously it's real enough for him. It's real, he paints the picture.
Well, she plays love and
heartbreakingly well.
She plays love, and I think it's Alicia Vikander plays Joy. I think so.
She looks like her though. I forgot her name.
She's
a Dutch actress. I forgot her name.
Oh fuck, what is her fucking name?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Wikipedia.
IMDb. That's what I
My
got.
question is, does Denis ever make a movie on the scale of like a Prisoners ever again?
Honestly, Prisoners is
so
probably
good.
my favorite Denis movie, maybe, even though Dune 2 is insane. It's close between those two, but I would love to see him do another, like, just kind of, what he does, like, crime thrillers, because Blade Runner almost kind of is, like, it's fucking great.
Prisoners has so many layers that hit towards the end.
Prisoners is
once the mystery's fully unraveled.
Sylvia Hoeks, that's who plays
that.
Yeah. Prisoners is goated. Sicario is also really great.
Oh yeah, Denis, actually,
so amazing.
The man just makes
this dude's fucking insane. Actually,
movies.
I forgot about Sicario somehow. Yeah, that movie's another 10 out of 10. He's got like
sitting at the border, like, all right, if it's gonna happen, it happens here.
God,
you know.
Do we think he's gonna do something else before Dune Messiah?
Apparently, he wanted to, but I guess Dune Messiah is his next film.
He was talking about some other project that he'd picked up, but it wouldn't surprise me if they pushed Dune Messiah in and like, let me just finish it out, get it done, and then I'll do my next creative endeavor.
I think Warner Bros. Said at some point that they were making another Denis project that wasn't Dune. So,
well, I think he signed on for like a multi-year, multi-film deal with Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah. That's usually how it works, because when directors usually sign on for something like that, it's usually like a tit for tat. You do this thing for us, we'll let you do your thing for you.
Yeah.
It sucks when that thing, because like I watched the trailer for Mufasa.
Oh
the
God.
Lion King. Dude, I'm like,
I forgot about that. I should put that.
I forgot about. I'm like, and Barry Jenkins is such a great director.
Oh, Barry Jenkins is making
so great.
Barry Jenkins is making that. Yes,
he made the first one too, or the most recent live action one.
No, it was Jon Favreau.
It was Jon Favreau.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it's Barry Jenkins taking over for this one then.
Oh wow.
But I just and you know, I'm like, again, you play the Hollywood game, one for us, few for you, because you know it. If Beale Street could talk or films like that, you know, those are fewer and far between as far as getting those made and having a production company.
Guy Ritchie and Aladdin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Same deal.
We got the gentleman though, so I'm cool with it.
Movies off of that.
And they're going to do another Aladdin, though, I believe, right?
Yes.
Supposedly. It was announced, and it was supposed to come out like a year or two ago, and then it just
I think the whole Will Smith thing.
That's one of my favorite things on Twitter is just like the tweets of like, all right, this movie's coming out this week or whatever. And it's like, all right, can't wait to not, you know.
Well,
2 years ago, we know that Avatar 2 was going to come out in 2020.
The thing about Mufasa, I'll say, is it's just a teaser. And the thing is, at least they're trying to do something different, because if they were just, we're going to do Lion King 2 in an animation live action, or it's CG, but still.
Mm-hmm.
At least they're trying something a little different. I'll give them that, but I need to see more, because that teaser, I'm like, okay, so young Mufasa, and supposedly this is being told, like this is a story being told to Simba's daughter. Okay.
Oh, is that why Donald Glover's part of the cast?
Yeah, supposedly.
Okay.
So supposedly Rafiki is telling her the story of her grandfather, and then they're gonna. So I think there's some elements of that sequel, but they're telling the Mufasa story. But the thing
is, voicing Mufasa?
That's neat.
We don't know.
Maybe
the voice cast, we just don't know.
Neat.
But I think at the end of the day, try something different. My only thing is, we already know how his story ends.
Yeah,
sure.
Do we really need to see, unless it's going to tie into something they're planning on doing later?
To the Lion King cinematic universe.
Maybe
we're gonna get the live action Timon and Pumbaa. You know,
maybe not that. But maybe their Lion King 2 will tie into whatever they tell in the Mufasa story. Like maybe something happens that makes sense. I don't know.
It probably the film probably starts with Rafiki and Pumbaa passing around a pipe like
with
Barry, let me tell you about your grandfather.
Crazy shit.
Did Barry Jenkins write the story?
Your grandfather was literally king.
Did Barry Jenkins write the
story? Probably not.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering, because with his status and what he's done, why would Barry Jenkins sign on? Like, I understand it's a lot of money, but why would he sign off on this unless there's something that he...
There was something he was saying. Like, I saw an interview pop up with him briefly, and they were talking about, like, he was very excited to work with a new kind of technology as far as filming some of the CGI and blending the animals with the natural land where they're shooting at or whatever. But I don't know. I had the issue with the first Lion King. I had the issue with The Little Mermaid, which I enjoyed The Little Mermaid fairly enough, like well enough. It was too long. I didn't need the extra songs that they added. But it's like when you do realistic looking animals, whether it's fish, lions, whatever, and you give them like you're 90% real, and then you've got these like weird looking eyes, like I don't know, all the underwater stuff with the octopuses and starfish. I'm like, it doesn't look as fun because it just looks like these animals doing these weird things. Like it loses some of the novelty to it, or it loses this like fanciful fairy tale. Like, all right, I know that lions don't really sing, but when they're a little more animated and they can like strut their paws and do whatever, and like you get so much more out of their eyes. Like that's what was missing to me in the first Lion King. And then going and getting Flounder and all these other characters in The Little Mermaid, it was like, this just doesn't match up. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I was like, I would rather watch the animated one because at least those octopuses look like they're having a good time, and at least the fish are smiling and happy, and like there's just like that soul of it is kind of missing, I feel like, and so that's why biggest hesitation with these.
My hope is that Barry signed on not just because of new filming technology, but because of something in the story he really wanted to tell. Damn it!
Right.
I mean, that's my hope.
Yeah.
Moonlight Mufasa.
Yeah,
Hell, I'm sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put Mahershala Ali and that shit on there.
So we do have to say goodbye to Scott. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
Good luck at work tomorrow.
Oh, can't wait.
Oh no. See you, man. See ya.
Take care.
Who the fuck was that?
Who the fuck was that?
What was that? Guy?
What was that?
Dave,
what the hell?
Dave, I gotta ask you.
No.
What's the best thing you've watched recently? And I'm not trying to throw you into the conversation pit, but I'm just trying to hear. I've been talking too much, is what this is too. So.
Best thing I watched recently. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'll say probably the Knuckle Show. Probably recently. No, I take that back. The most recent episode of the Chucky TV series. The best thing I watched recently, because I don't know if y'all watched that show, but Charles Lee Ray is a fucking menace. And yeah,
what I've heard.
No, I hear the show gets better. Is that right? It gets better as it goes, or
oh yeah,
okay.
Oh yeah.
What platform is that on?
It's on Peacock. That's where I watch it.
Okay.
Next day on Peacock.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason I haven't watched it is because I heard there was something to do with ghosts, and it just kind of turned me off.
Oh, you don't like spooky ghosts?
I get that.
Well, no,
but, I just
Ghosts and Chucky don't.
You ain't afraid of no ghost, right?
That does not make sense.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Charles is a legit ghost right now, so like.
Yeah, right. So, but
same here.
I'd say for me, I actually, Mike knows this because obviously him and I chat a lot. Like we're best buds.
Oh, yeah.
I actually just rewatched this while I was at work today because like my workers are cool with me watching movies on my phone at work. I actually just rewatched it today. I rewatched Late Night with the Devil.
Oh,
yeah, fantastic.
The AI Late Night with the Devil. Gotcha.
Gotta love it.
Come on.
All right.
I mean, you got
the AI
related. On it for that like that. I don't get it. Like,
well, because they use
AI images. It's just, but it's very limited.
It doesn't matter.
It is not as egregious as a lot of what else is out there.
That is
foolish
true.
that they didn't just replace it because
they had.
I feel like in today's climate, you can't do it and get away with it.
They had an opportunity to potentially re-edit with actual art.
Yeah.
They did not. And that's why I still enjoyed the movie, but that's why I could not rate it on Letterboxd. Like, I'm not going to rate this movie because I'm sorry. Like, you use
It's
AI.
my favorite horror movie of the year so far.
It's a great movie, but I just can't.
I think for me, it's tied for my favorite horror movie of the year for Late Night with the Devil.
What's
tied with what?
It's tied with Immaculate.
Okay. I like the first Omen more than.
Oh, that's Sydney
Immaculate.
Sweeney, right? Sydney Sweeney.
Yep, Sydney Sweeney.
My wife.
Is that on streaming yet or no?
Johnny, you saw the first Omen?
Not
yet.
yet.
It was? How was it?
I really liked it. I mean, I think
I love the first Omen.
And actually, like, there was some shit in it that kind of made me a little like uneasy. And I'm kind of a horror vet. I really don't get like
was someone in the movie watching your YouTube channel?
No, that would have made me cry.
I just wanted to make sure.
Like, no, I would have cried. I would have been just like, I would have left the theater if they started playing my videos on the screen. But
even Mike and I have even talked about this. Like, when I saw it, like, there was actually a couple of scenes in the first Omen. I'm not even joking you. Like, even though like I am a gorehound when it comes to horror movies, I'm not joking you. There's a couple of scenes in the first Omen I almost puked. Like,
okay, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm not joking you. I almost puked.
Because I don't think the first Omen's gory. There's one shot that I was like, "Holy fuck! You could put this in a movie." Wow. Okay. Yeah. Jesus Christ! All right, I've never seen that before.
I was even thinking, like I know.
I don't want to say anything,
like,
but
when I saw that, I was just like, like.
I was like,
if so uneasy.
All I'm gonna say is if you are.
My webcam isn't focusing. There we go.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, he's still out of focus.
I'm still out of focus. What the fuck?
What the hell?
I can make it focus for
you. If you just tap the screen, I think.
Yeah, tap it. Like, see, like, yeah, do that.
Boom.
Hey.
I could have given you the magic to make it actually focus again.
I remember before I really I was aware of what Grindhouse was, and this was probably when I was like just starting to do film reviews and things in high school, and it was like, oh, just every week I'm like, what's a new movie coming out that I can watch or rent or whatever, and Hobo with the Shotgun was coming out.
Ooh.
And I was like, I don't know what Hobo with the Shotgun is, but it sounds funny enough. I'll get a couple friends over and we'll watch this. And I was so not prepared for everything from, oh, we're going to use a weed whacker to like mutilate this man's hand, or we're going to like run someone over with a lawnmower, and just like, obviously the shotgun. I was like, what is this type of movie? I'm like, this is just fucked up. I'm like, this is so bloody. This is like,
oh, I love it. I'm a deranged individual. Like, I watched Terrifier 2 with a smile on my face, and I'm like clapping and cheering.
Fucking great. Funnily enough, I've seen Terrifier 2 6 times, so there's that.
Oh, yeah. I met David Howard Thornton. He's a fucking great guy.
Gnarly.
Oh, nice.
I can't wait for the third one.
David Howard Thornton.
He's the guy who plays the
powerful.
He's our. Yep.
Yeah, I just hope when I take my best friend to go see Terrifier 3, that I just hope he doesn't end up puking, because apparently it's been
if you're uninitiated,
that David Howard Thornton and Damien Leone, after one scene they filmed, they literally almost threw up, and I was like,
I did hear Damien say that David almost threw up on the set during Terrifier 3. I was like, oh, okay, I'm excited.
There's a scene in Monkey. There's a couple scenes in Monkey Man where there's like a good amount of blood, and it's like, I'm like, I can do like shocking and jarring, like, oh, like there's like a little bit of humor to it, maybe, where it's kind of like, I can't believe someone is doing this, but oh my god, like there's that, and then there's like the Terrifier where I'm just like, oh no.
I don't think I've ever seen gore that's made me want to throw honestly, I think like Saw X was maybe like the movie that had like gore in it that was making me like kind of like cringe a little bit, because it's a little bit more realistic than like
the Saw movies always make me cringe. I'm like,
my best friend uneasy.
Yeah, because
we saw that one twice together.
We're gonna rip your rib cage out. I'm like, no, we're gonna butt it. I'm like, those are messed up.
My best friend and I saw Saw X twice together, and both times like we kept feeling like so uneasy, like this and all that. Now, like even the first time, like when it came to Valentina, like having to cut her leg off with a string.
Yeah,
See, that's like that Midsummer. Like I remember watching Midsummer.
I was gonna say Midsummer got me with the fucking cliff jump. I was like, oh my.
No, sorry, not Midsummer. I'm sorry, I meant Hereditary. But yes, the cliff jump for sure. Sorry, I was thinking Hereditary.
Hereditary
with the old...
See, that didn't get me.
And I was like, oh.
Don't forget about But in Hereditary, don't forget about the beheading.
Yeah, I was gonna say to me, it's not really gore that like freaks me out. I have a pretty high tolerance for gore because, like I said, I'm a deranged individual. But
sometimes
I bleed a lot.
Yeah, it's just like imagery. Like when they show the shot of the head sitting on the side of the road in Hereditary, that shit's disgusting, and I won't forget that.
Get some flies on it.
In regards to gore, sometimes it does. Sometimes it will freak me out, but you just have to do it in a way where it actually will make me feel really uneasy. Like,
it focused. Oh my
What an
And then it goes
accomplishment.
out of focus again. It's like, oh shit.
Yes.
I think for me, the most unsettling thing I've ever seen in a movie, the first time I remember truly being unsettled was watching the remake of The Hills Have Eyes, where the
I gotta
family,
watch those.
dude. Okay, so watch the original by Wes Craven, and then
I want to watch
watch
both
the-
because I'm a
watch
Wes Craven's my favorite horror director.
then watch the 2007 one from Alexander Ah, I think his name is. Yeah, there's a scene where the sisters are in the camper and they get fucked. That's the only way you could really say
I've
it.
heard those movies are insane, so I'm excited to check those out.
Yes.
First one.
My first memory of being really uneasy while watching a movie was actually when I was watching. Well, there's actually a couple of them like that made me super uneasy to a point where it's like I don't even know if I can even go to sleep. Like one of them being for The Exorcist. Like when I was watching The Exorcist for the first time, but when I watched The Exorcist for the first time, I was really young. I was like 9 or 10.
I had a weird thing with The Exorcist where like when I was young, I would see pictures of Reagan and I would like not be able to sleep at night, and then it took me like almost my entire life to just get my balls big enough to watch that movie. And when I watched, it's like, oh, okay, it wasn't so bad. But like,
I don't know why I thought you meant Ronald Reagan.
But the movie that
oh no, well he's scary too. But
Was Ronald Reagan in The Exorcist?
Yeah, his wrinkles terrify me.
The power of Christ.
I can't lie to you about this though. I can't lie to you about this. The first time I watched Hereditary was back when it was on Amazon Prime. That movie scared the ever living shit out of me. I did not sleep the whole night.
Hereditary did unsettle me, but I think that's kind of like where I'm at. Is like it's not like I was saying, it's not gore, but Hereditary, like it's just such a heavy,
like
overbearingly just dark, depressing movie, and it's some of just the random imagery.
How about The Witch? And like eating a little baby.
See, The Witch didn't disturb me at all. Like not
like
even a little bit.
There's like a 5 or 10 second little clip where it's kind of like, ooh,
Eggers the Witch. Yeah.
What about the?
It's a good movie, but see, some of the shots of the Babadook kind of like the movie that scared me the most is The Conjuring. It was fucking Bathsheba's ugly ass. Like she freaked me the fuck out. Like it's stuff like that that gets me. It's not. No, I was like, oh, okay.
You know the movie that gets me every time I watch it? Sinister.
Sinister.
Oh, I love Sinister. Fucking Bagul's my dog, dude.
It's so good, dude. Sinister 2 fucked him over.
Yeah, it's bad.
But the one scene that gets me, the lawnmower scene.
That's a great scene.
Oh my god, the lawnmower.
Mike, when you tell me that, bro, you're sending shivers down my spine.
It's not even just the lawnmower.
You really are.
It's
or the pool.
It's the screen.
The pool's good.
When they toss
and
the little bricks in. And they
slumber party too.
The car too. Oh
it's the music in Sinister. The music in Sinister is insane.
Well, Ronin was talking about Annihilation right there. That music, the music at the end of Annihilation is totally unsettling.
And also, of course, the bear scene is really unsettling.
Yeah, the bear scene.
Oh yeah.
Well, I also like. I don't know why. Like, there's like that scene in Annihilation where Oscar Isaac's character, like you see like inside his body, like there's like the stuff moving. I don't know why. Just like that moment, I'm like, ooh.
There, Alex Garland, his sound design is like such a point in most of his films that just totally. You're right. There's moments in Men that are very unsettling. That like
Civil War.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well,
Civil War is disturbing for other reasons.
The sound design's on 11 for that film.
Yeah,
but Men, there's just so many like unsettling and creepy little moments, and
every time I hear someone talk about Men, I think Men.
I gotta watch Men. Pause.
Men.
I started to like Men less, the movie Men less and less, but I mean, I still like it quite a bit.
I appreciate him for taking creative chances.
Oh, he makes very interesting movies. I don't love him as much as everybody else does, but I respect him for at least having balls to do crazy shit.
His TV show Devs, all about supercomputing and all this kind of like. It is freaking awesome. Totally different, but super fascinating. And it's like, all right, so this guy's gonna make AI movie, supercomputer stuff, a commentary on how women are tormented by men, all sorts of
and then we get Civil War, which is probably the most unsettling movie he's ever made. In all honesty,
Jesse Plemons, that motherfucker.
Still haven't watched
it. Oh my god! Okay.
Still haven't seen it.
What kind of an American are you? And like, dude, when he said that line, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, the way he delivers, like, we're Americans, like, well, what kind of Americans
are
like,
you?
And basically the fear that was on Jesse's face throughout the movie, like I'm talking about Kaylee Sweeney's character, the fear that was on her face like that, I was like, that is so me.
And the thing that's crazy too is he wasn't even supposed to be in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just
Kirsten Dunst is like, oh, you need an actor? I know a guy.
Probably.
Yeah, I know a guy.
My husband. Yeah.
He's an absolute
Someone said-
fucking menace and everything. He could do this.
I forget what they called it,
I
but
mean,
it was
look at,
like
Todd from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this motherfucker, bro. Man, I hate Todd. Fuck Todd.
they created some new form of nepotism where it's like, you know, my spousal nepotism or something.
I just see Jesse Plemons and I'm uncomfortable. Like, this motherfucker's plotting something.
Just the way that, like that one scene in Breaking Bad where
character, like in any movie, like whenever they develop his character, like as such a douchebag, I'm like it's not like he's just a douchebag whenever you think about him as a character in a movie like that. Like it's the way he delivers the character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That makes him unsettled.
I was thinking about the Breaking Bad moment where that kid just shows up on the bike.
Yep.
And it's the way he plays that scene. He's just like, he's just looking at him and he just starts pulling the gun out. I'm like, what the fuck? What? And then,
Nah, the one that I think of is Jesse in the car. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Dude,
yeah.
Holy fuck, man. Fuck
It's nothing
Jesse Plemons.
personal.
I love him, but Jesus Christ, fucking.
It's nothing personal.
Great actor, motherfucker.
It's nothing personal.
well, we got to say bye to Dave. Dave's heading out. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah, no problem.
Thank you for
It's
being
good
here,
Thanks for
always,
hanging out, man.
Have a good night,
Good
man.
night. See you,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
Peace.
ya.
Dude, who the fuck?
Who the fuck was that?
Who the fuck was that?
A new
the fuck was
member.
that?
Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. For my shitty content, appreciate it.
Sam would wiki.
They all spark.
Must protect the Allspark.
Peter Cullen. The
It
best.
doesn't
little-
matter who we are.
What is this?
Peter Cullen's Bane.
Sam would wiki.
I give the city back to you, Gotham. Doesn't have the same ring.
I will give it back to you.
I got
The
trouble.
people.
The people.
Gotham is yours.
Yeah, Gotham is yours. Like the way he shakes.
Bro,
Like,
I was just paying attention to that when I was watching the movie. I was like, bro, his eyes and just like his gestures and everything. I'm here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny.
When he gets really into it, you know, and he's talking about, you know, pulling, you know, tear down the liberties. I mean, his eyes just get huge.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's-
I
It's
just love how
so
this game
good.
plays out with like on the football field, and he's like,
Yeah.
like, what is this? It's a nuclear bomb. It's like, oh, thank you, doctor.
Next.
I'm the only one
Only
capable of
you.
deprogramming
Thank you,
it.
good doctor.
What are you? Can anybody dearm this? I am the only one.
Theory right here.
Only you. Thank you, doctor.
The whole thing is a secret setup for Cyborg in that universe.
I'm going to feed the people
Cyborg,
of Gotham
yeah.
despair. I'm going to poison them.
Then you have my permission to die.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's got his
When
school bus
Gotham
of
is
kids, and he's
ashes,
like, "Come on,
we die.
Dude, I fucking hate that cop so much. Every time I see a movie, like, don't you fucking do it. Don't you do it. And he pulls, I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, God damn it.
That
Like, I hate that guy.
I just found it funny how all the cops just went underground for like, just like, why, guys? You are fucking idiots. You
because
are
they're
so
underground. We gotta get them."
We gotta go get them, guys.
Gordon
Well, I mean,
said.
it's better than writing people into a literal corner, Ryan Johnson. Sorry.
Point.
No. This is why we got divorced. Calm down.
You need to. Anyone seen Challengers?
Yeah.
Not yet, no.
Did you see that really stupid fucking poster they put out like a bunch of idiots?
I thought that was a fan poster. Maybe
It was challengers. Like
the way that it was blocked is
yeah, the way it's blocked.
Oh, I didn't
like,
see it.
Yeah,
and the word illusion. I don't know if that was a fake one though, because they were like,
No,
you know,
it's a real-
here's
it's a real
our only two.
No, it's a real
official.
poster, I think.
I thought it was really good.
Jeez.
Oh God.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
He's
Here,
like,
I got the poster right here. I'll show you.
So, let me see.
I got the
I
poster.
got a
I'll show you.
poster.
Let's see.
I got a poster.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yep.
Let's see.
That.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
bad. That's
that's
really
terrible.
bad.
I can make a better poster on Canva. The fuck?
True story. True story.
That's crazy.
oh, no good.
Someone got paid to do that?
Yep.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
actually got a damn poster.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look at you with the okay,
Lucky.
all right. All right.
Lucky man.
Not gonna lie, I just don't care about a movie about tennis. I could give a fuck. So,
hey, brother,
but
I
it's
don't
not
care
about
about
tennis.
tennis.
It's not
I get
about
you.
tennis.
Fuck tennis, but Challenger's good.
well,
Yes, it's about tennis,
well,
but it's not about tennis.
speaking of fuck tennis, Ronin.
Nice.
Yo, if I've heard one person talk shit more about tennis, it's probably Ronin. Actually.
Probably Ronin. Yeah, he's a fuck tennis.
Don't even get me
Oh, where-
started on soccer.
Ronan talks as much shit about tennis as I do about Invincible.
Yeah, that's his kryptonite. Is fucking Invincible's like you're fucking.
Yo, when they make challengers for pickleball, I'll be there. But
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hey, I'm all about that.
Nick,
There you go.
I'm right on your side for that, there, buddy.
when they make
Challengers
Challenger
of
Spider-Man 4, I'll be there.
Hey,
I want a remake of Balls
Which
of Fury.
Spider-Man?
I want.
Toby or Toby or
Balls
Tom?
of Fury,
I
dude.
don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Who's
both
the
of
main
them.
guy in that
And they
movie?
have Emma Stone.
Dan.
There you go.
That's the main guy, Emma Stone.
No, you have Emma Stone as Zendaya, and then you have Toby and Andrew. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
perfect.
Quads.
And then Tom Holland just pop in and be like, hey, Zendaya here? No. All right, get the fuck out of here. And then he's gone.
No,
That's Nathan Drake.
he's like, what the fuck, man?
Seen some great Tom Holland memes watching.
Oh, yeah. The Tom Holland
it's
watching
funny.
Challengers. Oh.
He shared a post on his Instagram. He's like, I know what I'm doing this weekend. And it's like, what are you doing this weekend?
But babe, so they're gay in real life though, right, man? Yeah, it's just the.
Tell me you didn't mean it.
Just
Tell me you
a
didn't
movie,
mean it. Nuh-uh.
Did you like being like a mom to one of them?
Watching that movie,
Movie?
Tom Holland's like, do we get to try that? And she's like, no.
who's our challenger, babe?
Was it that Apple TV movie that he did?
Because it's not going to be
Cherry.
Timothy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. That's not Cherry. I'm thinking of another one he did recently too. It's about mental health. Fuck, what is it?
Yeah.
I forget.
It's not
We
that
do-
one he did with Pattinson, right?
We do have to say bye to Luke. Luke is heading out. Thanks for being here, man.
Bye,
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you guys so
Luke,
much.
have
for
a good
night, man.
Thank you, Jenny,
Bye,
for having me,
buddy.
dude. I'm really glad to be here again.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for reaching
So-
out. See you, man.
Yep. See you soon.
See you.
Bye,
Bye.
Man, who in the fuck?
Who's that?
No, the one with Pattinson was the devil all the time.
That's
I didn't like that movie. I really
I
wanted
thought,
to.
I thought it was
love
the
it.
devil
Oh,
within I. Or am I wrong?
No.
the devil within the accents.
I wanted to
all it
love
was.
Redneck Pattinson, but I just couldn't get behind it.
That was a Netflix
To be honest, I
movie,
kind of
right?
like Redneck Pattinson.
You're thinking
That was a
of the
Netflix movie, right?
Yeah.
It was,
That
yeah.
devil movie? Yeah. Okay.
Not gonna lie, I turned it off.
Pattinson did like a not rednecky kind of deal, but there was a
Did a-
movie called The Rover.
He's a good old boy.
Red
with
Rover,
Guy
Red
Pearce some years back.
Red Rover,
That
Red
was
Rover.
that was pretty good.
Not a song, bud.
Then there's
Devil and I.
I don't know, like what would you say, Redneck Pattinson?
Yeah.
I kind of like Redneck Tom Holland too, where he's got that.
Yeah, that was kind of funny too. I like the accents. I like the accents more than the movie.
That's fair.
Yeehaw type shit.
That's totally
But see, that's like but as far as rednecks go, speaking of Bane though, Lawless.
Oh,
Lawless.
yeah.
Oh my
What?
god, Lawless
He-
is so good.
He sounds like fucking redneck Eddie Brock. I'm like, dude, what is happening? I was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I love you, but like, bro, you're crazy, dude.
I could actually buy. I
The
could
DC
buy that.
anime
Jason-
movies killed it for me a little bit because in the DC anime movies with Jason O'Hara, I think the who voices Batman, he always does the grunt, and in Lawless, Tom Hardy is always doing that. Whenever there's a silent movie, just like, I was just like, oh, but I love that movie.
Yeah, you could actually.
Oh wait,
buy it.
I'm thinking of the fucking new one he's got coming out with Austin Butler. My bad. Or is that that's not it, right?
The dirt,
Yeah,
no,
he's-
the bikers.
That one he kind of sounds
yeah,
like
Bike
fucking
Riders.
Eddie Brock, but like with a little twang.
Yep.
Okay.
Twang.
Yeah.
Point it down.
Him and Elvis.
So he's just playing Elvis in this movie, right? Just being Elvis again?
Probably.
Kiss
Does anybody like Public Enemy? The Michael Mann movie.
Oh yeah,
I gotta
Michael Mann.
watch it.
That was another one.
Oh wait, with Johnny Depp. Yeah, I like it.
I'm like, I like it, but then
It's a little slow, but
yeah.
Which one?
Public Enemy.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh, speaking of Johnny Depp, I watched a French movie recently because I got a screener. It's called
Chocolat.
Jean Dubarry.
Ah, Zonderberry, yes. How was
Yeah.
that?
It was very boring.
Oh,
I'm shocked that the French movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm playing. I like some French movies.
No, I think this movie that Johnny Depp was promoting last year, I think, or I can't remember. I think he was promoting it recently.
That sounds right, probably.
Well, I think it was
all the Amber Heard stuff.
I think it was after the Amber Heard trial. He was promoting it, and then someone had asked about it at the like panel thing or like some sort of like kind of whatever movie festival he was at, and they're like, I'm not talking about this. Like, hear about the movie. And then like another co-star jumped in, like, we're talking about the movie, not this. Like, he already won his case, but let's move on.
Yeah. Talk about her shitting my bed enough.
But I also understand because it's Johnny Depp coming out after the trial, and everyone wants to ask. It was like the biggest thing in the world at a time, but he's talking about the movie. Like, let it go.
I remember Ben Affleck went through the same thing with Live by Night.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's like, all right, dude, I fucking get it. I'm Batman. Get off my dick.
Yeah.
Go watch my new movie.
Yeah.
I made The Town.
Batman.
Go watch this shit.
Bro, The Town.
Best Batman
So
ever.
good.
The Town's awesome. The Town is fucking great.
The Town is literally Boston Heat, and I love it.
This is a monumental moment. Right now.
Oh.
The return of the fucking king, Gore the movie god.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Hey.
Well,
how's it going?
You all right? You doing okay?
Yep, I'm doing good.
Good, man.
Look at that fucking silver play button, boy. Woo.
Yeah, I don't know where to put it, so
just let it there, so whatever.
I can think of a couple places you could put it.
Yeah. Well, I tried, but yeah. Too
Up yes. You shove it up yes, huh?
Yeah, it bounces around too much in there, so.
Fair enough.
Like the gerbil.
Yeah.
Let me
like Richard Gere's gerbil.
Let me wings.
Let me wings. Yeah. Anyway, how's it going?
Yeah,
I would have been here
man.
earlier actually, but I was watching Chucky. So
yeah,
nice.
I heard
we
the
were just
finale
talking
was
about
over an
that.
hour
Okay,
long or
okay.
something.
yeah, it was like hour and 5.
Damn.
So that was
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you take out all the commercials, it was like maybe 12 minutes long, but you know. So
And the previously.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. In
Previously in 8 minutes of credits. And
yeah, Dave, who was here earlier, was saying that it gets better over time. I haven't never seen it, so I don't know. Like the show.
yeah, no, I mean, I liked it to begin with. I like pretty much every Chucky movie, even the ones that people hate, like See the Chucky.
See the Chucky's not that bad.
No,
See the Chucky
I like
is
See the
not
Chucky.
as bad as Chucky's.
Is the show on MTV or where is it at?
It's
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
USA and Sci-Fi.
Is it on Peacock? I think for streaming.
Yeah.
Yep, it's on the CAC.
Which is increasing its prices.
Find it in the CAC.
You know, when people say peacock, nobody bats an eye. But as soon as you say poopcock, then they got people attention.
Yeah, what the fuck? Now
Yeah,
it's right
why?
on the page.
Sounds like a good rebranding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about shit cock though?
Ooh, now we're
That's all. That's what we all need.
Where's cum cock?
Ooh, yeah, cock
That's
and
the
cock
new start.
Yeah.
Don't spoil Peacock's surprise of the new
I've got
premium
cum
platform.
Yeah.
That's the new premium price. Come on.
Come cock.
Pay for our premium tier.
Cum
Comes
what?
with the browser's hat on.
Hell yeah.
Cock.
Hell yeah, Braz.
We're writing Eminem's new album for him. Come quack, come sack, come cack, shit cack, off the coffee pat.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Here we go.
And Coulter with the door handle.
Jesus.
I remember when that dropped.
What did
Is
he
it true?
say?
I don't know if you've seen those
Oh,
tornado movies, but was she like the president in one of those movies and whatnot?
Yeah, Coulter.
I could have sworn they cast her as like she's the president of the United
In what?
States. It's Sharknado movie.
You know what? Probably
the new
then.
Captain
Probably.
America.
Sharknado is the greatest movie of all time.
I was kind of bummed that I
Objectively,
missed. They put that in theaters. I want to say
about
last year
Sharknado?
for like the 10-year anniversary or whatever,
Yeah.
with
Well, that's
updated
hard.
effects.
I think I'm just like done with movies that are bad on purpose.
It's long. It is long outlived its
Are
prime,
they,
and
are they
all
still
of
making
those.
like the bad sci-fi movies now, or are they done with that? Are they still doing it?
I think they ran Sharknado into the ground and kind
Yeah,
of
I think
gave up.
Sharknado-
Oh, but I'm like, they had
They
Mega
probably still
Squid
might,
versus
yeah.
Giant
Yeah,
Octopus.
all
Yeah,
those
and
versus
fucking
movies.
Get like
Mega
a
Shark
lava
versus Giant
spider.
Octopus.
Cyber Megalodon versus
Nice.
Megalodon versus Giant Whale.
Yeah.
Like it's freaks one of them.
Which is kind
They-
of redundant.
They'd
Giant
probably
whale.
make a movie about like a cum sock that come to life and start
Yeah,
eating
Cum
people.
Sock
They probably
versus
would.
Did you
Puppet Master
see-
versus Cum Sock. Or...
Cum Nami or something, you know.
Did you guys see the one where it's like the killer jeans? I don't remember what the
Killer
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
Was it just called Killer Jeans? I thought it was called.
I think it was called Slacks or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
okay,
right. Slacks. That's what it was called. Yeah.
There
No,
are
that's a real movie. Yeah.
there are designers.
How about Rubber? Anybody
Yeah, I was
watch
gonna say
that?
the tire
Killer
movie.
Tire?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of jeans, there are designer jeans being made for $800 that have
Pee
pee
stains.
stains. Yeah.
That's pretty hot. I could do that for free.
Yeah,
about
but see,
cum
I
stains?
was saying you do that for free. Like, why would you spend
Yeah.
$800? What the hell?
I could give you my Dark Knight Rises shit and cum soaked jeans if you want.
Yeah, can we have that? That would sell at a high price on eBay.
I was thinking cum jeans would probably sell well too.
I got a lot of those too.
Yeah, I know.
And they just dropped some designer jeans with the pea stains on them.
I got my Inception
That's
cum
like
jeans. I got my Dark Knight cum
the,
jeans.
Shit stains.
Yeah, I could do that.
Fight Club, Interstellar.
They're a step up from the calico.
I don't know why you're
jeans.
showcasing your Funkos, Johnny. You can just showcase and highlight those like jeans and stuff that's been,
Well, I'm not trying to get you banned. I don't know
Put
if
them up in the rafters, bro.
jeans.
Put them up in the rafters.
Oh, like a retired jersey.
Yeah, you see,
like my retired jerseys that look like fucking Staples Center in my room.
They're
Just
like
coming
breaking the top of his camera. You see like the stuff floating and like, what the hell is that? Like,
yeah, someone come and trap like, dude, why do you have jeans on your wall? Oh,
yeah, that's part of the
those
summer 14 collection.
That was a Dark Knight collection.
It's a one of a kind.
Yeah, those lasted about 30 minutes through the.
I wore that to see Dune Part 2 twice.
Yeah.
It didn't all fit in the Dune seat, so I got a little splash on.
I had to sit on top of the Dune popcorn bucket. Just in case.
Just in case.
I
like that popcorn bucket.
The bucket overflowed on me.
The Dune one is pretty good.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious what the
Deadpool one.
Yeah,
waiting for where's the Tarot one? A Tarot movie?
Oh,
Does anybody know what that movie is?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna see that Friday.
I watched 15 ads for it while watching fucking Chucky today, so that was nice. so oh my god, it's a scary clown, man. He has his head like this. He's scary.
Look at the little people.
A movie called Terror.
Yeah, Tarot. You know, like tarot cards.
Yeah,
and it's got Ned in it from fucking Jacob. What's his name? Jacob.
He's the CEO of it. Everybody knows this.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The actress who's gonna lead Outlaws, the video game, is in the movie apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. Does she have a fucked up face like she has in Outlaws?
Maybe.
They fucked her face though. I don't know what the fuck they did. they did that on purpose or something because they turned her into more of an alien than any of the Star Wars characters I've ever seen. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, the character.
She does not look anything like her. Just nothing.
Nah.
I gotta look back at that trailer.
Have y'all ever gotten tarot card readings or no?
No.
Nah.
Okay, I haven't. One of my friends has, and he told me the story about how it's like, it's all about where the cards are positioned, right? So he was telling me how like these 4 cards were drawn, put in these different slots. This chick says these 4 are watching over you the entire, like all your life. And he says there's this little kid sitting in the corner of the room, looks up at the ceiling. Like, what kind of bullshit is this, right? I don't
Total bullshit.
He's driving one day. This is what got me to believe this kind of shit. He's driving one day, gets like rear-ended, no damage to either car.
Okay.
That I kind of believe that there's some sort of guardian angel.
Twilight Zone, man.
Or it could be like 34 inches of solid aluminum or titanium.
Sterling was right.
Yeah, it's 19 inches of Venom, dude.
All I'm gonna say is like this is it's like the horoscope stuff, because I had one time a girl gave me a tarot card reading and I got the whole
19 inches.
Got the whole I got the whole explanation, like, oh, this is
the whole shebang.
This is I mean, it's just like reading your palms. It's just like, oh, you're a Virgo, which means blah 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 blah. The power of suggestion is real. And like this idea of like, I'm seeing that this is like watching Late Night with the Devil. Watching what's his face? At the very start. The first guy is like, I'm thinking of the name.
Yeah. Is it Christu?
The great Christu.
Yeah.
This idea of like, you're fishing for information. It's like it's Beatrice, they're like Bertha, and they're like, yeah, that's what it is.
Beetlejuice. There's a whole South Park episode about that too. That's fucking.
It was Inception. It's Inception. They're like, there's something trying happening in your life right now. You're about to make a big decision. And then you're like, oh my, I think I am about to make a big decision. Actually, I'm about to do. You start attaching your own things to it, to their narrative, and then sooner or later, it's like, well, it looks like I was pretty right. And your love life's a little messy now, isn't it? And you're like, well, my love life is a little bit messy, actually. I don't. Wow. Yeah. There might be something to this. And so the tarot, I think there's definitely more of that mystical affect to it, kind of like doing the whole Ouija board shit.
Don't be afraid to trip a little bigger, dog.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
Nah, bro. Every time I watch horror movies, I'm just like, this is all what you should never do. I loved Talk to Me. Talk to Me was just freaking terrifying because high schoolers and kids are so dumb and they're like, no, let's play this game. This will be hilarious.
Right.
Look, that's how you die. No.
I want to touch that fucking hand.
What were you saying, Mike?
I'm that age. I would do
okay.
it.
Yeah, supposed to be fucking dead.
Well, you're white, so of course you do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go a little past midnight. Obviously, Gore's here, but also for the first time, Rob is here. Welcome, sir. Hey, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
welcome.
What's up?
Good to see everybody.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Just
bullshit.
whatever. Yeah, bullshit.
What? Talking about your
bullshit.
Now, you came back from seeing Fall Guy, right?
Yes,
Awesome.
The traffic was
horrendous.
insane.
Oh.
But yeah, it was okay. It was not bad.
That's kind of what I thought. That's where I'm at with it. It was fun.
Here, let me actually.
Is it David Leitch's best movie or no?
No,
I think that's the Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
Yeah, I liked it better than Bullet Train.
Oh, okay.
It's very Bullet Train. It's got that same feeling.
That's great.
So yeah, I mean, yeah.
I dig Atomic Blonde maybe more. Like I think he's got a bunch of good movies.
But Deadpool 2.
I don't think he's had his greatest yet. Deadpool 2 was fun.
Yeah.
I'd like.
Yeah.
I think
How
Deadpool
about
3
Hobbs
has the
and
potential
Shaw?
to be.
Wait, you
you know what?
Did Hobbs and Shaw?
He did Hobbs and Shaw.
Wow. Holy shit. So much makes
not
me
a
want
fan
to
of that
now.
one, but hey, you know.
Well, you didn't like Roman Reigns in that one?
No,
You
I'm just saying, like, it makes sense that he made that movie.
What I enjoyed about Atomic Blonde, at least when he did it, was, Charlize. At least it looks like is taking some hits as much as like, and I like this in movies. I feel like in general, it's like I prefer.
That's why I like Nobody.
When you've got a lead who actually also gets their ass kind of kicked, I'm like, you can't just be indestructible. The Monkey Man had their little moments where it's like, I gotta watch this guy take some hits, so it's more satisfying.
Yeah, Atomic Blonde definitely had a little more.
On that staircase, you got to ask me.
Yeah,
I'll say.
Yeah, there's just, some brutal moments where I'm like, she's about to get knocked out here until she comes up with something like, that way you also get some inventive fight choreography, I think, as well with that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I
got the nice. I like all the '80s new wave music, so that was like, all right, we'll slip that into James McAvoy. There's just something. He's one of my favorite actors. There's just, he's just devilishly good at everything he does. I swear.
He hasn't been in a lot of movies lately. He's in that one movie coming out.
What is
that's a remake of a movie that came out a couple years ago.
I
always wanted to watch the original.
The original is good. I watched that.
I never got around to watching it.
What movie is it?
I forgot what it's called.
Speak No Evil. Yeah.
I forgot what the original is called. I don't think it's called Speak No Evil.
It's called Speak No Evil. I'm sure as well.
Hear No Evil.
It's No Evil, which is
See No Evil.
Considering.
Say No Evil.
See No Evil with Kane.
Oh God.
It's
Kane movie. It's like a hotel movie and shit. Yeah.
I remember. Too. I think I watched that for like the Seattle International Film Festival. Always has tons of foreign entries, which is awesome. Well, this was like a couple years ago, because this is like the first one was like 2022.
Yeah, I was about to say it only came out a couple years ago.
That's a quick turnaround though for an American, for the American version.
Of, did you ever watch that? What was that Will Ferrell movie? That was it was a remake of another movie. It was just about like an avalanche happens. A snow avalanche happens, and he abandons his family when it happens.
For sure.
Yeah, there you go. The original came out like 2 or 3 years earlier, and then they remade it.
Louis-Dreyfus or whatever, right?
Yeah, it was really shitty too. So,
but Speak No Evil is kind of like screwed up in the sense that like I forget what movie I was thinking of recently that kind of had a similar feel to it. Maybe it was No Country for Old Men. I was thinking of where
I love that movie.
Some people.
Funny game.
Like it's horror, it's depressing, it's sad. Like I don't know, some people will just let things happen to them where it's like, all right, something bad is happening, and instead of running away, instead of doing something, I'm just not gonna do. I know fear takes over sometimes, but you're just like, oh my god, like people need more of a backbone, or it's like people just need to trust their gut instincts sometimes, and people are too passive, or like maybe it's that side of like, no, I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But I'm like, no, you should also keep your spider senses going in the back just in case. Because Speak No Evil is kind of like I just kept watching and getting progressively more uncomfortable because it's like, oh my god, like, oh please,
I heard that's
change
like,
your situation.
Yeah, I heard that's like what makes it like a love it or hate it kind of thing. Is just like he progressively gets like more tension because of like bad decisions.
My wife, like, she gives me crap because I'll show her, like, I am a fan of more serious, I guess, darker, I don't even want to say darker, but more realistic takes of movies. But like, we watched No Country for Old Men.
Of course.
Here I am hyping it up. I'm like, this is an incredible film. Cormac McCarthy, terrific writer, definitely a specific kind of writer, I would say.
Yeah.
But great performances in the movie. And so number one, we watch it and she's like, well, wow, that was really depressing. Number one, tons of just really fucked up ways to kill people. Number two, and she's like, what's the whole point in the end? I'm like, Cormac McCarthy, it's a lot of monologues. It's a lot of monologuing. And it's like the sheriff in the end doesn't even get the guy. So it's what the heck? I'm like,
what's the point?
He's too old. I'm like, that's the signs and wonders.
I watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel, and I loved it. But I saw No Country for Old Men. What the fuck was the point of that movie?
I remember showing it to a member of my family.
What's the most you ever lost?
I saw Transformers the last night, and I was like, oh, Kino. And I saw the stupid ass No Country movie, and Tommy Lee Jones is sad. The fuck, he didn't even shoot a guy. The fuck.
I had a dream about my father.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And about his dad. Like,
what the fuck was Thanos doing, dude?
Who killed Josh Brolin?
What's Thanos doing, bro?
Bro,
I showed these movies to my
getting that
family.
little air compressor though to the dome.
Exactly.
That was good. Can you step out of the car, please?
I remember showing
that's when
my
that's
dad.
like that speak no evil.
Yeah.
Whether it's, I don't know if this guy's a cop or not, but whatever. I'm going to do what the guy asks me to do because he asked me to do it.
Yeah,
You don't think twice about it. And then
Anton Chigurh is insane. Like at the end when he kills Stephen Root's character, and then the other guy's there just talking to him, he's just like, "Did you see me?" It's like, no, no. All right, I guess you live then. I'm like, all right.
And then here I am like, no, but the ending holds weight because everything. He's so rattled that he gets in this car crash because the chick's like, no, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. If you kill me, it's because you're choosing this. Gives the kid like, here's $100. Give me your shirt, kid.
Yeah, he's so rattled he gets in a car. I just love that. All of that. He might be killed just because he got in a car crash.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
I'm not sure if this is important or not, but Shrek is now streaming on Netflix. In case you guys were wanting to know,
bro.
Thank you for the heads up.
Everyone just runs out.
I feel like a lot of people, I don't know if it's just the social media trend or whatever, but like there's always some movies where people are like, no, like this is the defining movie, and people are like, I feel like people talk way more about Shrek than they like actually are about the Shrek life or watch it. And I'm not one who poses to like love Shrek more than other people, but
here's this though. Have you guys seen those like Shrek Fest or whatever where they dress
they're bangers, dude.
Yep. Did you see the Shrek?
That's where I met my wife, bro, at Shrek Fest.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Did you ever see that the movie people made where it's just a bunch of like everybody remade the entirety of Shrek, but it was just like different styles and stuff. Yeah, different styles and stuff.
What?
RoboCop had one also.
Yeah, look into this one.
Which RoboCop has the amazing Fatal Farm one. If you ever look up Fatal Farm RoboCop, look that up. Have fun.
I don't want to know.
Well, throw back to that RoboCop remake they made. Like
that was actually pretty solid.
A decade ago.
No, Blomkamp was
the Joel Kinnaman one.
Yeah,
I like Joel Kinnaman.
That was 10 years ago. It came out. The fuck?
Yeah,
I was
2014.
It was definitely interesting. My thing was I missed the aesthetic. I know it's a different era, like in terms of when it's taking place time-wise, but like I missed the aesthetics of the original. Like I don't know, I felt like they could have done something.
Oh yeah, they tried to do it with Sam Jackson's character. Didn't work. I don't think it worked. But
no, like it felt like it's
the sarcasm.
It's too modern. It just felt like
that's like the I thinking like going back to talking about Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, certain things like when you look at the Gotham in those movies, like I couldn't think of really anywhere in our country, at least in the US, that really looks like this. And there's always like I read all these articles that people are like, oh, the reason Americans love Europe is because we just modernize everything. We continue to make everything sleeker. Let's tear down the old and build something that's just flat, shiny, and whatever. And so gradually Christopher Nolan did a great job, I think, using Chicago for Gotham in a different kind of updated way. You still have parts of it that maybe look worse, whatever. Matt Reeves obviously kind of touched into more of that cobblestone style street and whatever. I liked that look a lot. But that's, it's interesting with DC moving over to London to do a lot of this new filming, or like their huge sound stages and filming stages they're doing over there. Like, I feel like for some of these cities, it's really hard to get something that just looks and feels different, because it's like, oh, that's New York, or oh, this is Texas somewhere. This is Houston. This is Seattle.
Why I like Matt Reeves is better, because like it's got gothic stuff, it's got modern stuff. It just like it felt right to me. We're like watching Christopher Nolan's. I'm like, oh, this is like too. I think like he did a good job in Batman Begins, and then he kind of went back on and made it a little too clean, and I was like,
In his trilogy, it felt like this could happen in the real world.
Yeah, which is cool, but like I think Matt Reeves just does the best of both worlds, where it's like this is grounded, but also like
there is a place like this out there. I know that this could exist somewhere out there.
Yeah.
And I will say,
we're like Dark Knight. I'm like, oh, I could just drive an hour to New York City, and I'm in Gotham.
And even though it's a video game, I felt like Rocksteady and Arkham Knight, I felt did a really good Gotham that felt like it could exist, but obviously it's like a little too far out there. But
I think Matt Reeves is kind of like Rocksteady-ish, especially like Arkham Knight. Like, to me, like I love the Batman because I'm wearing a Batman animated series shirt right now. It felt like live action Batman animated series to me. Matt Reeves is the Batman.
It's spiritually the closest one to Batman.
Yeah, which is why it's my favorite. So
and you see the aesthetic even from his Apes movies, which I appreciate.
Oh yeah,
you see Dawn.
I just love his style. Yeah,
and, even Cloverfield to an extent. That's more handheld.
A little bit,
but like. I was like, I like how they use, especially when they go to the main guy's like ex-girlfriend's house where they got to go rescue her. I was like, all right, I like how even they shot that one building and it's like we gotta get across.
The ending too, like with the bridge and everything, like it's crazy.
Oh man, I remember seeing that in the movie theater.
Feels great.
That Matt Reeves, man, he can make a good movie. He's all right.
He knows.
He's pretty good.
What he's doing. You have the Penguin to look forward to.
Oh God, I can hang up a pair of jeans for that too when I'm done watching that.
But I gotta ask, because I showed up late. Of good.
Of course you did.
Anybody?
Typical.
Yeah, I know traffic. Has anybody talked about X-Men 97 yet?
We did not, because we were trying to avoid spoilers.
Okay, so has everybody seen X-Men 97 yet?
I have.
Nope. I know. I know.
Yeah, I know. Well,
we are uninitiated.
So once the show is wrapped, I do plan on doing a special, probably like Saturday live stream after the Wednesday. So it'll be a separate thing. We talk specifically about the show. That's the goal. I'll see if people are available. If there's enough, we'll do a special live stream just on that show.
So that on Twitter, that like Blu-ray Angel, I think is the handle. Had tweeted something, and I would agree for everything I've seen from X-Men, from how the characters have been handled, knowing that Marvel and the MCU are going to introduce the X-Men. So many people online just week after week. It's like, okay, Marvel and Disney, there needs to just like actually say what happened, and maybe they're just slow rolling and waiting for the end of the series, because everybody is like, dude, this is the best writing. This is like the best adaptation of actual X-Men comics that we've had. Incredible versions of these characters. Let this guy lead the X-Men into the MCU.
For sure. Yeah.
And so there's another account, Big Screen Leaks.
Responded.
I always see popping up. And it kind of responded, was like, hey, we'll circle, because it was like, if you can bring James Gunn back after all the tweets and everything, can you not bring Bo back just because he had an OnlyFans or whatever? So unless there's something else that we haven't heard yet,
I'm not going to say what it is, but I saw something on Twitter that makes me think if this is real, it makes sense. But it's not the OnlyFans. It's not.
Something else entirely. I think
workplace romance.
And no.
I mean, Kevin Feige.
I'm not going to say it because I don't want to.
My hands are tied.
I don't know if it's legitimate because someone's saying it, and I'm like, I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to say this is legit. Totally. Now, if it comes out,
grain of salt.
It's weird because we have the other creators of the original 90s X-Men retweeting tweets from him and reposting it, and then you have actors responding to him. So I don't know how legit what was said today is, because they're still responding to him. They're still talking. They're still interacting with him. So
that's where I feel like if in the end Disney comes out and says, hey, now that the series is over, this effed up thing happened, we got to drop him or whatever. I feel like that's a worse indictment on Disney for we didn't want to drop the news until the show was popular.
Still plastered all over it, but I think that's a contract thing.
Yeah,
potentially, yeah. Because I remember even with James, that was immediately like as soon as he got dropped, within hours, maybe a day or two, we knew why they dropped, and it was like, oh, these Twitter posts and whatnot, and then it took people to be like, yo, he apologized for that.
That really worked out for them. Huh?
A Marvel producer was asked when they interviewed this person weeks ago, and they said, I can't really speak on it, but besides, we parted ways.
Brad Wonderbaum.
Does that mean they want to do something else with the X-Men and they're threatened by the direction he's trying to take it? Like, I want to use these characters and you want me to use these ones.
I don't think that's it. I think there's something, but I don't know. And the thing is, he's saying once the season 1 is done, he will openly come on and chat with other, like if he's willing to start, but right now he's waiting until the show wraps up season 1. Then he'll come and talk with like people, because I guess people have been asking, hey, can you come on and chat about the show? And he's like, I want to sit back and let you guys enjoy it and wait till season 1's done. I don't know.
It's weird because I want to say objectively, writing, thank you. That's all I've been trying to just say.
Yeah, objectively,
thanks. Objectively, from writing, thanks. I can't speak on the other behalf of that stuff. And
who the fuck is that?
I don't know who that is.
Variant.
Fucking Monkey Man.
Variant.
Yeah, it's important to note it took Matt Reeves like 3 years to write the Batman Part 1. So
let him cook.
Let him cook.
I agree. But just overall, the show is strong past episode 5, which was a big landmark in my opinion, and pop culture from my opinion. This show is that fucking good, and I would be shocked if they're not already instantly working on a Blu-ray release like they have been for the previous seasons shows.
I bet they will.
If Obi-Wan gets one, I'm sure X-Men will.
Oh yeah, there's Obi-Wan right there.
I just conjured it in existence in his head.
Yeah, I meant to open up before I hopped in here, but I forgot.
Yeah. When X-Men 97, a sequel to a old 90s cartoon made for kids, has better writing than your Star Wars show, then you fucked up. And not even like a little bit better.
It's so much better.
Yeah, it's not even like it's
because Obi-Wan could have easily.
Y'all didn't like Reva?
Yeah, well, Obi-Wan could have been so much better.
Concept. Oh, Revan? Hell yeah, from KOTOR? He's a great character.
Bro, what, your kids don't like falafel?
Oh, you didn't like Ice Cube Jr.?
He was.
Oh yeah.
He's like one episode.
He was in it.
He was in it for like
I remember his character because he said, "I'm not going to join you," and then literally 2 seconds later, he's like, "I'll join you." Like, fuck.
Yeah, man.
Like,
no, sorry? I mean, Obi's like a guilty pleasure for me. I'm a prequel baby, so I just love seeing Ewan and Hayden back.
Well, I will say that final fight.
Oh my god, that shit! Yeah, I have a pair of jeans for those two. Yeah,
of course you do. How many jeans?
We need a jeans collection.
Too many. It's bad.
Do a jeans collection, bro.
A jeans collection, yeah.
These
are the stains from Obi. These are the stains from Ahsoka.
I'll let you guys guess this one. It's just completely covered in cum. It's just like
it's like we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, that was Madam Web.
So that's Ahsoka, like ASOAK, right?
Madam Web. Speaking of Madam Web, it's
you were rewatching it
May 15th
on Netflix. Yeah,
I'm debating on if I watch it. I feel like I have to experience it.
Yeah, re-experience it because I
skipped it in theaters, so I feel like I have to watch it once.
Well, you know why? Because her web connects them all.
Yeah, it connects them all.
The next if her web connects me to Sydney Sweeney, I'm down, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I was reading a hot take on Sydney Sweeney that I was kind of like, now that more people are watching...
A hot take?
Now that more people are watching Anyone But You on Netflix.
I need to watch that too, actually.
Some people are kind of like, Glenn Powell, and I would agree, Glenn Powell, great. Dude's just made for romantic comedies and being kind of a cocky but hot guy, whatever. He plays the role well.
Yeah, he was great in Dark Knight Rises.
But a lot of people are kind of there's no money here, man.
The banker.
Kratos is in that too.
But people are kind of
Kratos is great too.
And I would kind of agree. Like, I think Powell's outperforming Sydney Sweeney throughout the film. Sydney Sweeney's not bad in the movie.
Glenn Powell,
but I also don't know if the rom-com is totally her vibe yet either.
Yeah,
like she's a very interesting actress.
The Force,
Like,
and she's great in Euphoria.
I don't know if her range is totally
Force?
there yet.
The Force.
The Force, yeah.
The Force. That's how it connects Obi-Wan to
The
Sydney.
Force is
It connects
strong
them
with
all,
Sydney
just like the
Sweeney.
Force.
Yeah.
The web and the Force are the same thing.
She could be my Padawan.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all connected.
And also the Bad Batch finale was really good. I dug it. Okay,
I would have watched that. They call it the Bad Bitches. I didn't watch it because of that. So.
I mean, they're pretty cute.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was brought up earlier. And my thing is like, they're introducing Clone Wars, cool, but I don't need a show.
First season was all right. I missed 2 and this one, so I'm
Wait.
gonna do a crazy binge and just got and
Did they tie in to? Because I thought I heard rumors.
I
about
heard
them
there's like
tying
Rise of
into-
Skywalker,
Rise of
like
Skywalker.
clean up crew
They're,
shit.
they're
going
trying
on.
to fix Rise of Skywalker because J.J. Abrams and the other guy wrote it in 12 to 14 minutes. So
Yeah.
like, so there's like shit doesn't make sense. Obviously,
I'll put it
I'm a
this
little
way.
scared.
Star Wars animation has been carrying the shoulders for the franchise.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that Tales of the
still
Empire
does.
tomorrow.
Did they, like,
May 4th.
No,
May 4th.
Yeah, I'm
could they
excited.
Just like, I mean, could they really like? We could just forget about 7, 8, and 9. Like,
Not
I feel
really.
like there could be.
I know Obi-Wan
Why
and
not?
Ahsoka.
Because they're making a Rey movie.
Yep.
Well, then let's just drop 8 and 9.
How about we just watch Andor?
Force Away. Hey,
Love Andor.
Andor freaking
let's
rules.
not watch Andor.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Andor
let's
is
watch
fucking
Andor.
boring.
Andor. Yeah,
Or just
Andor
give me
might be
season 2 of
boring,
Obi-Wan.
But Andor
It's-
says
well,
and does
it's-
so much more.
it's
in a
easier to talk
TV
about Star
series
Wars.
than the
Boring.
movies struggle
It's
to
interesting
do.
we're talking Star Wars because Rob has all this Star Wars shit behind
That's
him.
why I jumped in.
I did notice that, yeah.
I see that Falcon shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that
Yeah,
shit. Okay, so
Oh, he's got the fucking. I'm a fake Star Wars fan. That cruiser from Attack of the Clones behind him too. The Lego one. I think that's fire.
Yoda's on the back, Yoda's
Yeah.
on the sign.
Yeah.
Fuck the movie.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
now we brought it up, Rob.
TGIM.
Rob, what are your thoughts on all this Star Wars talk?
I really enjoyed the Bad Batch, but I'm also
Okay.
I've seen Clone Wars all the way through 3 times.
I need to do that again too.
Did a podcast for it, so and it was actually a friend of mine, my old buddy Bucho from New Zealand. We did a episode by episode breakdown of the Clone Wars, so I love it.
Oh, sick.
And so for me, the Bad Batch was, it's at the end of, it was part of those. I mean, it's in what, season 7 of Clone Wars, but it was the what do you call it? The I guess it was the before season 7 was released. They put them out
Lost
on the
episodes,
internet.
if you will.
The concept, the concept.
Yeah, it was like
party.
one of the lost episodes.
Dude, when I heard they were doing a Bad Batch, I was like, sweet, because those are actually some cool episodes.
Mhm.
So I loved it. I mean,
And they're
I
cool
thought it was great.
characters.
I felt it kind of ended with a bit of a whimper, but it was still pretty good.
Okay.
But
Omega.
and Obi-Wan, look, I'm
So
an
long.
Obi-Wan fanatic. As far as the character,
Oh. No,
I wasn't a fan of the series. I
Yeah,
thought
fair
the
enough.
series did him dirty.
Yeah, if someone says it's terrible, I'm not going to argue it. I
Half
just
of it is really good. The other half,
I think the concept of Obi-Wan as a show with a young Leia, okay, but I feel like the execution was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
great.
No,
Let's not let them know we talked at all, so we can tie it.
Did you ever
into
read the? I
original.
mean, did anybody read the book, the
I
John
can't
Jackson
read.
Miller Kenobi?
No, I want to.
No.
It was a really, really interesting one. And I was thinking that that's what they were going to use sort of as a template, but and then they went on this other direction, which is fine, but it's I mean, the blocking in that show is ridiculous. Oh, I got to catch this kid. What do I do? Oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Well, you get Flea, obviously.
You get Flea.
You get Flea. He does it.
Chaser.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that was
But nothing screams Star Wars more than Jack Black and Flea. I'm glad they and Lizzo. These are all actors I totally think
And
Star
Christopher
Wars.
Lloyd
what's
too,
funny,
who's the
though?
villain.
I
That
actually like
episode was so.
I mean,
the rest of
fair,
that Jack Black
to be
Lizzo
fair,
episode. I like the rest of it because it felt
Yes.
bigger. It didn't feel like it was on a soundstage. The rest of it felt like it honestly felt like a Clone Wars episode.
I was gonna.
But Jack Black and Lizzo, that is right? Lizzo?
Yeah,
no,
yeah, Lizzo, yeah.
no.
Out
I
of
was
it.
gonna
And it was like, what is going? I don't know. So
I like the end of the episode with the Mandalorian stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That was
Lookout,
cool.
yeah, I like that.
Seeing Bo-Katan fight, what's his name? Wolf or something?
yeah, I mean,
His name?
there's some great stuff in Star
Axe
Wars,
Wolves?
but
Yeah,
honestly,
Axe Wolves. That's it. Yeah, Wolves.
I'm a nerd. Jesus.
I'll say this
Alright.
honestly, Star Wars is wearing me out. It's wearing me out talking about it because everybody's so, everybody's like so
people are just
negative.
obnoxious about it. Yeah.
In a lot of ways, they're unreasonably negative. Like in a lot of ways.
100%.
Like to me, the sequel trilogy, I'm with Nick up there. Let's call it a mulligan, whatever you want to say. They should have planned it, all that kind of stuff. But it's the constant like.
You don't have to bring it up every day of your life.
This sucks. And it's like a trailer comes out and people just crap all over it. And I'm like,
yeah, like
we haven't
the
seen
Acolyte. Yeah, the Acolyte, a new show in a timeline we've not really seen before besides the books, and everyone's like bringing up all the bad shit. It's like, okay, let this stand on its own.
Well, it's like everybody says, do something new. Why are you still sticking around the Skywalkers? Okay, we're gonna do that, and then everybody craps all over it, and I'm like,
why are we doing anything?
And what do they say?
Yeah.
Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they continuing the Skywalkers? That's exactly what they say when they fucking ask for it to move away from the Skywalker saga. Once you move away from it, they're like, why aren't we back in the Skywalker saga? Gee, jackass, because you keep asking for us to move away from it. That's why.
That's why I dare not do a Star Wars video each day. And to some of the channels that do, I commend you. I still like to do that. Keep it. Not even saying special is different, but just keeping it that way. But like, all right, I was trying to even make a TV show, make it an event the way the movies were for me as a kid, or at least Force Awakens and Rogue One were at least first in those few years. And like, at points I'm like, yo, and I told you guys about this. There's some stuff that people bitch and moan about. I get it. You have your opinion and whatnot, but I have bills to pay. Unless Bobby and Kathy and Kevin are paying my bills and whatnot, Robert Downey Jr. is not going to come down and pay off my house. Like once I get off that, then if I have time, I'll lose sleep over that. Until then, I will check everything out until it's fully done to the best of my abilities, and if not, then it's like I have X-Men 97, I have Fallout. There's a lot more stuff to dig, whatnot. Life's too short. I sound like a fucking hippie, and man, I love Star Wars, but goddamn, at points I'm like, y'all. It
has the most toxic fan base,
100%.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it does.
Even though it's my favorite. It's my favorite thing, and it's oof.
Rogue One is also a mess of a movie.
It is, but I dig it.
Okay, hot take Phil, pumping up, pumping his head.
Dude,
I'll just say,
I like how Rogue One's the best.
I love Gareth Edwards as director. Don't get me wrong, but holy fuck, that movie is a mess.
Rogue One is better than obviously 7, 8, and 9. Obviously, the new movies. Rogue One is also better than the prequel trilogy.
I like Revenge of the Sith. All right, let's simmer down, buddy.
No. Hey, as many great moments as there are in all the, I'm going to see Phantom Menace on Friday. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to laugh because some of it is just ridiculous, but that's fine. That's 100%. Part of the part of the magic.
It's part of the charm.
Revenge of the Sith is going to be awesome. But Rogue One, on a cinematic level, cinematic storytelling, not having to make sure that every person gets their happy ending, making sure like, all right, no one actually died. The stakes were actually fairly low. Everything in that movie is about characters making choices, looking for redemption, looking to make one difference in this larger cog, and taking obviously what we know from the first 3 movies, learning how the Death Star gets. I'm like, I don't know. That movie was freaking awesome. When they put it back in theaters last year in IMAX again, unreal. When Scarif's just getting freaking obliterated almost.
Yeah. Rogue One has one of the best third acts in a Star Wars movie ever, but Revenge of the Sith clears easily.
Hey, but that's nostalgia does a lot of talking for me. I'll tell you that. And Revenge of the Sith has so many great moments. I would be curious to watch it again in theaters now, see how well it plays. Because I'm like, Clone Wars, there's some fun moments. There's some badass Grievous stuff. But then there's also some other silly, like, I love those little, like, things that Obi-Wan rides with the...
I'll say this about Rogue One. I think...
fun noise.
And here's the thing. I know there's plenty of people that love Rogue One. I'm one of those people that I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Because... I think a lot of people look at that and they go, yeah, but they had the guts. They had the balls to kill off all the, the main characters or whatever. So in a weird way, I kind of feel like people are giving it credit but it didn't execute, in my opinion. I think, like, for me, that first half, the first 2/3 of that movie, I'm going, why should I care about any of these people?
Yes.
And that's my biggest issue from the beginning of that
Thinking
movie.
about that
Was
when I was
going,
watching Ahsoka.
I don't care yet. You know, I mean, Cassian, honestly, I mean, now look, me and Phil are kind of on the same wavelength about a lot of things. I mean, it seems like we disagree a little bit about Andor. I think it's genius, but
yeah, I'm not saying Andor's bad. I just think Andor is not for me. It touches a corner of Star Wars lore that I don't really care for, but I don't think it's a badly made show.
See, and I think
Phil turns a blind eye as the Empire just locks up people like Andy Serkis left and right.
Oh,
I'll say what Star Wars needs.
Bo Willimon in that show was so
Star
good.
Wars needs people with passion that have a story to tell.
Yes.
Don't
Like
try to
Filoni.
connect it to anything.
Yes.
Just tell
I was
a
gonna say the
good
Andor guys,
story.
but sure.
A good story set in this universe. That's what Star Wars needs. I don't think
I
it
would
needs
agree.
anything else. And I think that's why, in a lot of ways, to me, thematically, Andor is up there with some of the best that we've gotten. Just because thematically it has something to say. I mean,
I would agree.
I don't know how many. The Fall Guy. I won't remember. Seriously, I like the movie. I thought I enjoyed it, but I won't remember it in 2 weeks.
No.
I probably won't buy it on Blu-ray.
It's already gone.
But
it's already gone.
It fell out of my brain.
But it's really entertaining.
My brain
It's
went
really
poop.
entertaining.
Like your dad or your granddad's gonna love flipping on the TV and like, oh, Fall Guys on, you know? Like,
I remember that old show.
And that's the thing.
That old ditty.
There's barely, it's
Lee
Fall
Majors
Guy in
joint?
name only. It doesn't have really any.
Isn't Lee Majors in it? Is there? You can spoil that. That's fine.
I mean, not that I remember the show, honestly.
I didn't even know it was a show until
Didn't
the
even
trailer
know
came
until a
out.
few days
I was
ago,
like,
yeah.
I know all these old shows too. I used to watch a lot of them because I'm a grandpa, I guess. But
Evidently.
But yeah, Rob, for me, the Fiona Shaw
Not
monologue.
that one.
If I could do
Oh,
it
yeah.
again, I'd wake up
Oh.
early and nail these bastards early on.
That's
I was
so
like,
good.
and I love that even the joke is like, we actually did. It was written, "Fuck the Empire," not "Fight the Empire," and I was just like, man.
Luton's speech about like
some
how
interesting stuff
he
there.
dedicated everything. He won't even see the outcome.
The sunset, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll say Balin Skull in Ahsoka, I think, is like one of the better
One of the
villains
best.
that got introduced.
Balin was definitely
So
the best
good.
part of that show. for
Fucking
sure.
Andor,
Ray
look
Stevenson
at
was
the
great.
antagonist, Gestapo officers, and yet you're like,
Yeah.
what are they gonna do?
Hey, but Andor,
Empire was
the
scary.
most interesting thing is like, and it makes sense as far as the political stuff goes, because they
But I
brought
love-
in
this
Bo
is-
Willimon, who did House of Cards,
Yes.
and the Ides of March, and has done a few other different
Ryan Gosling.
political. Oh yeah, hey, shout out! That's a great movie. One of
Yeah,
George
it's a good
Clooney's better movies, I would say for sure.
Yeah,
Better directed movies, I should say.
Yeah.
I just
Um,
love the range that the universe has. Like I like my Rebels versus Imperials, and then I want my samurai stuff. I want my Jedi stuff and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do the best of both worlds. Some small materials in the background are not gonna make me lose sleep over a show and whatnot. And like again, the fact they made me. I love Andy Serkis, and for the potential that his character Snoke had was intriguing. But the fact that I was like, oh, I like Kino Loy way better, and
Yeah.
the fact
Oh,
that
yeah.
I was clenching my heart to be like, when he said I can't swim,
Yeah, I
was like,
can't
"God damn
swim."
it." I'm like,
Oh.
"Fuck."
That sucked. I watched. I was like, "That fucking sucks."
Yeah,
Because they didn't know they were in the middle of water. It's like,
They would get
Right?
out.
You would never know.
Yeah. I mean, it's better
just to
than
have
being in
the
the middle of
chance.
space, I guess.
That's right. Oh,
It
man.
really sucks. I can't breathe.
That's why I float for a while. Put this helmet on and float, man. Oh man,
not for me.
I still love Star Wars though.
I get
It's
it.
a-
I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, that's why Star
Darth
Wars should
Maul
be
was
a
in it, so
beautiful.
fuck it.
Yeah. That's why Star Wars should be a beautiful thing, because it's got stuff for everybody, but people
Yes.
just want to shit on the stuff they don't like instead of just being like,
Right?
oh, that's not for
But
me.
it's fun to shit.
Because
on.
I think Andor's okay. I think it's all right. I'd rather watch Obi, and you could crucify me for that. But
I can't tell you how many times.
I can understand why you want to watch Obi more.
yeah, he would.
Obi is more attractive on paper.
Yeah,
but the end result
Andor's
was
better
like
than
a
Obi. I'm
crumpled
not
up
going to
paper
fight
that you
anyone
can
on
throw
that.
away. Actually,
I'll give you this,
Yeah.
Gianni. Obi-Wan has one of the best moments in Obi-Wan Kenobi's history as a character, with him and Bail Organa.
The helmet and the
where he's
helmet
like-
crack
he's
scene.
like,
the
we made
whole-
mistakes.
yeah.
The war's over. He's
Yeah.
like, for her, one last fight. I was like, oh.
And him talking to Leia at the
Raven
final
mid,
episode at
bro.
the end made me cry. Like,
Hop
there's
in the chat, bro.
Yeah, crazy.
Hop in the chat, Draven.
Oh, if Cal shows up, that's another pair of jeans.
Somebody wave a piece of bread.
I'd rather them just keep it.
Honestly, if I'm being real, my favorite Star Wars stuff right now is probably the Jedi games.
Yeah, the Jedi games are my favorite.
They're dude,
They're
give me
so
Cal
good.
Kestis.
Yo,
Everything.
Survivor's so good.
It's oh god.
Great. If it didn't come out busted as fuck,
Dude,
that game
yeah, I'm gonna
would've been
replay it just because I was like, dude, what the fuck
game
is
of the-
happening with the game?
That would have been like
Are they
definitely
making a
close
third
to my
one?
game of the year.
Are they making a
They
third
have.
one?
They better
They
be.
are. They're working on it.
Okay.
They better be.
Okay.
Speaking of busted games,
Okay.
we're finally
Fall in order.
riding the Fallout wave. Buddies of mine are finally they're playing Fallout 4. But I swear to God, I've
Back in
spent
New
years
Vegas.
trying to convince people to play Fallout 76. You know, and I played it bad. This is like Cyberpunk
So has
shit, where I
Bethesda.
played it before any of the awesome new add-ons and upgrades and DLCs and NPCs and anything. I'm like, I played this game when it was reading quests and
Didn't have any
fucking
NPCs.
robots.
I
And
played it day
still
one. I played it day one too. I had like 14 glitches. I'm like, I'm done. I have to start drinking water and shit. And I'm like, I don't like
Bro,
these
that was,
survival
you know,
mechanics.
now I'm like, all right, it's Minecraft survival mode now, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, man.
I didn't know that ahead of time. If I knew that, I would have never even bought it. Because like I love Fallout, but like I hate that stuff. I hate like, yeah, it's been 5 minutes. You need to drink some water. I'm like, what? Come on. Like
No, actually, that's irradiated water. So I mean, it
yeah,
works.
exactly. Yeah.
He's literally showing up as we're about to wrap up, Draven.
There he is.
You nailed your name, bro.
Yeah. What's up?
His son typed it for him. I think.
Fiji. Nice.
What's up?
He's
We're-
Swedish.
Now you show we're about to wrap up.
Clowny
boy.
ass.
Water.
That's fine.
Clowny ass.
That's fine.
Just wrapping up a stream.
Yeah,
What
I
I
was gonna wrap up at midnight, but Rob showed up, and I was like, you know what, we need to go for a little bit longer.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah,
you
no
didn't
problem.
have to do that.
Absolutely. No. That's a very welcome and good addition to the chat tonight.
Javen, how high is the dose of coke that you had today?
Didn't have any coke today, you little.
Oh,
Hey,
Jesus.
whoa.
Yeah, how much bread you have today?
language.
Huh?
Cancel me, bro.
Hey.
How much bread you have today, huh?
Yeah, how much bread?
I didn't have any bread.
Fucking liar.
You have to be
Yeah.
known to be canceled, though.
Bro, I haven't had bread.
Fucking liar.
I haven't had bread in like a week.
You fucking liar.
You never. Okay, I'm like, I don't know.
Come on, actually, I did have bread today, but whatever.
I got some sourdough starter I got for
I was
you.
about to say, there's no way Draven didn't go to Subway.
I had a little jalapeno bread, but that's all
I did. I actually ate Subway for dinner, so I was thinking of Draven a little bit. Like,
Oh my
nice.
god, I need
Nice.
Subway.
You ate fresh?
Because you got that $5
ate
foot long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
no.
the foot long. You're thinking about
I
it.
wish it was $5.
It's like it's like a $9 for long.
It was like $11 for my fucking sub.
Bro, that's that
Yeah, what'd you
McDonald's
get?
inflation though,
Jared
bro.
really
I'm
fucked
like,
that up, man.
Nah,
Brother,
it's stupid.
all I get on my sub is ham, ranch, and
That's
cheese.
disgusting.
It's
That's
12 bucks.
disgusting. That's
So you like a lot
You're
of
fucking
meat and white
disgusting.
sauce. Got it.
That's dude, ranch, bro. Ranch on a Subway sub.
Ranch.
Well, that's not what you said. You said white sauce. What the fuck, man?
White sauce.
Is that spicy white sauce?
That's a-
All I get on my sub.
Johnny has some white sauce over those.
Oh, you mean the
jeans, bro.
ranch?
I could give you plenty of white sauce, believe me.
Yeah,
Johnny's gonna
squeeze out
start
the-
selling his own stain jeans.
Yeah,
You just gotta
squeeze it
ring out the
out.
theater chair in front of me from tonight, and then you have plenty
Suck
of
it
white
off
sauce.
Still good off the denim.
God, there was some like French shoe designer who made these like shoes which pretty much just looked like like they just looked like they were coated.
Oh, they're
They're like, no, they're like $500
little
shoes,
tails.
$500 designer shoes, and you're
I
like,
buy
sneakerhead, I
I
need
buy
some
a
cum
shoe that
shoes.
looks like cum.
They look
what
like
is
they
this
were coated
coated
in
in?
dust. Cool. Good beans.
Coded.
I'm gonna need the name of that shoe. I got that to my
I'm
collection.
gonna look
now.
this. No, I'm gonna look this up.
A fine addition to my collection.
Oh, no, dude. Hey, he's white too.
Bane
like,
Grievous,
cum.
yeah.
Just wait. I'm going to disguise our love your boots.
You'll
Bro,
have
they
to
are-
imagine the nut.
They're $2,000. They're Mason Margellas.
Ah,
$2,000.
Oh my god.
we both know I have to come on you now.
I don't know if that'll. Look at that.
Oh my
Oh, that's
god.
literally
That is
Yo,
literally the
that's
shoe.
cum.
That is literally the
Someone
shoe.
attributed that shoe.
those are the Johnny Bravos.
You'll just have
Johnny Bravo.
Damn. Dude,
Bro.
the Riley Reed shoes, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Feels like old times.
They're called the Fusion Chunky Trainers.
Fusion. Oh,
I don't
they're
wanna
definitely
know.
chunky.
That's the title.
Well,
That is a mouthful.
with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up.
I gotta go buy some shoes.
I was gonna say,
I need to go lick these shoes off.
It's probably chunky because kidney stones, but
of course.
No.
Yes, we're gonna wrap this up. Yes.
Some
Thank you
green mile
everybody who
shit.
was here for the 34th episode of Counts. We're going down the line, of course, and see wherever we can find them. Hot Take Phil, where can people find you, sir?
Pretty much everywhere on the internet except that cesspool fucking Twitter. It's that unfiltered. Right there, you know.
Appreciate it.
He's gonna fucking say that.
Nick, where can people find you?
You can find me YouTube, every social media, NT Movie Reviews, or NickTiffany.com.
Is that a Drake shirt?
That is a little OVO.
There we go. OVO thing, eh? Okay.
OVO Vegas at the shop. Shout out to Win.
Ronin, people find you.
You can find me at Ronin Unchained, crying and screaming about X-Men probably. Yeah. Go check
Mostly
out.
crying.
So pretty much every day.
Mostly crying.
Yeah.
Mostly crying.
Oh, fuck yeah, Mike.
With the shade.
Oh, shit.
Where can we find you, man?
That's a killer right there.
And y'all can find me probably not smoking, drinking all
You're too young, bro.
Smoking that stanky.
Faded.
Drinking a White Russian at
Smoking some pole.
Yeah, smoking
White
pole,
Russian
get some white out of that.
Yeah.
The dude abides.
He's doing that Betty White.
Yes.
Forrest Bump.
Johnny,
You want to build a snowman?
Probably shitting on kids on Fortnite with chainsaw, or playing for the New York Mets on MLB The Show, the inferior New York.
Trying to be a
team.
good dad. Trying to get.
I'm trying to be a good dad. I can provide for you now because I made it to the majors.
Yeah.
You're a fucking terrible father, and you know it.
You adopt me.
All right, bitch. That's why I fucking divorced your ass.
No, let's get something straight, bitch. I'm the one with the Disney money. I divorced your ass.
You can't even buy him a Happy Meal.
You couldn't even afford a lawyer. Shut the fuck up.
All right.
I don't know why I'm asking, but where can we find you, Gore?
Yeah, somewhere, I'm sure.
That's a lot of
I'm on my phone.
Deep dark web.
He's on his phone.
He's buying the cum shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, where can people find you? Thanks for being on, by the way. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
thank you. Order 42 show on YouTube. That's pretty much it.
Everywhere.
So,
Perfect.
Simple.
Do we need to know where you're from?
Zdravstvuyte.
He's from.
I'm from hell.
He's from Wisconsin.
I agree.
I am from Wisconsin.
He's from
Saskatchewan.
Hello, Wisconsin.
Thanks to everybody who's been here on the show tonight. We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.